is Dr. Crypto. And
I don't know. Are you a real doctor? Like
I am.
G
I have
Money calls
doctorate in
himself G
pharmacy
Money.
and
Doesn't mean he's
doctorate in
actually G
medicine.
Money.
No, I have 2 doctorate degrees. So yeah, you can.
2? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take you super seriously now.
Well, I don't care how you take me, but I'm just asking you a
How much?
question.
What percentage have you got in
I'm
XRP
asking
versus
you. I'm
Bitcoin?
asking you. Just
What
stop taking
percentage
me.
in your portfolio is
Have
Bitcoin
you looked
or
into
and XRP?
DTCC lately? What they do and how they're doing? Do you even
If
know
you
what
listen, you're
DTCC
asking a
is?
dumb question, so I'm going to treat you
No,
like a
I'm not
dumb person,
asking you a dumb
right?
question
What
because you acting
percentage of
like a
your
dumb
portfolio
idiot.
do you have in
You
Bitcoin?
guys barely own peanuts on BTC and
What
act like you're
Okay,
owning it.
answer the
percentage of your
question.
portfolio do you have in
Answer the
Bitcoin?
question,
This is the second
doctor.
fucking
If
space
he
I've
doesn't
been in
answer
where the
mine,
girl
I'm not
doesn't
What
want to
gonna
answer the
percentage of
answer
question.
your
his.
portfolio do you have
Especially if he
in
speaks to me
Bitcoin?
like I'm a second class citizen.
You have to answer the
You can
question or
speak
else
to
you
me with
will be.
respect or shut the fuck up.
How
Answer the
many
question,
vaccines did you
buddy.
promote, doctor? Did you promote the vaccine,
She
doctor?
left. Oh no, she's done. So you got dropped. Okay, well I didn't drop you, but someone dropped you. But that's okay. You know, if you're not gonna answer the question, sorry.
She's done this before. Like these are repeat offenders. Why do you think I can smell it? Like she's done this either on Spaces or on Clubhouse, like one or the other. Like this is a repeat offender, dumbass. Like this is not a new person.
So with British, let's play devil's advocate here. How much do you think BlackRock is thinking about other coins?
No, you just if that's what you got, if that's the question, then you just missed everything I said.
No, I'm just saying, you know.
They're not, but I just said they're not thinking about other coins, or they're going to use these chains as a transaction layer, but it won't be the settlement because you can't trust the settlement on this. But they'll use it as a transaction layer. Therefore, I don't want to own any other coins besides Bitcoin. It's the only store of value coin. And if I want to profit from crypto rather than fucking circle jerking about this coin, that coin, I just want to own the picks and the shovels, and that's
British,
BlackRock.
it's very simple. Like, and you just have to ask people. It's like, look, just look at the old banking system, right? So we got ACH, we got wires. What if the Fed, who basically runs that whole system for all of the banks in the United States, opened it up and said, "Hey guys, you can buy the rails. You can buy the ACH layer. And, when people make transactions, we'll promise to give you a cut." Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like there's not real actual value. Like it's just another transaction layer. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, they called it utility token, not understanding that utilities go to as close to zero as possible. Like that's what I said 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
but I don't think you should totally disregard Ethereum. Like I'll be the first one to tell you Ethereum is a shitcoin, but I wouldn't disregard it
It's the best
Well,
altogether.
no one's
stablecoin.
who's disregarding anything. I'm not disregarding anything. I'm saying they can do whatever they want to do. I want to profit. I don't want to be a part of the community. I've seen what that does. I've hung around with Bitcoiners long enough. They want to be a part of the community, and I've seen what that means. It means group wide poverty.
You know what's funny? After this whole cold card hack, I realized how many big Bitcoin influencers don't actually self custody. I was like, oh
Absolutely.
my God, half of these fucking LARPing idiots don't even have self custodial Bitcoin and they're trying to figure it out. And they're the ones shilling all these fucking products. And I'm like, my brain is like, kind of like, just going like bonkers because I'm like, these are the people like people are trusted who don't even they're like talking about Coinbase and the BlackRock stuff, which is fine. But like if you're gonna come off as this like toxic Bitcoin maxi that's like totally about sovereignty and then you fucking don't even have like a multi-sig or like a Trezor or something and you're scared, like get the fuck out of here, man. Like that's almost my first question now. Like, who the fuck are you? I'm not gonna fucking waste my energy on you dumbasses anymore. If you haven't been through a storm of a self-custodial attack or you were hacked, like you're a fucking idiot and nobody should ever listen to you again. Just like the BIP-110 retards. If you got that fucking wrong and you're a Bitcoiner like Puncher, like bro, just retire your account and go play pickleball. Like nobody wants to fucking hear you anymore, man. You were so wrong at the easiest basic level. Like just shut the fuck up. We have enough fucking idiots out here, you know? Like I don't know, man.
You know what, G Money?
Money, did you appreciate how honest I am even more than you already did?
Absolutely, my brother.
I know what's funny. My first question, G Money, now to them is, and I'm the dumb Greek, right? I'm new. Is what is Bitcoin to you, or what is it? Do you know what it is? Like they fucking have no clue. Like they literally don't know. They don't have any conviction in what it is and what it's going to become, and like they literally just treat it like a stock. And that's what pisses me off more than anything.
All
Yeah,
these
like
crash outs means it's their first bear market. It has to be. Like, this is unbelievable. Why is everyone? This is such a mild bear market for Bitcoin.
But if
It's
you
amazing, right?
understand what it is, and if you've done the research and you know why you bought it and you bought it for the right reason because you understand it, bear markets don't fucking mean shit. It's just the cycle. It's just a normal fucking day in your life of a Bitcoin person. You know,
It's a
like
discount.
it's just fucking the way it goes. Like, listen, the old guard is not going to go down without a fight. They're burning their boats right now. The banks,
No, they've
Yeah,
won.
you have to have booms
They've
and busts
won.
for
no,
new
I
people
mean,
to come in.
what do you mean they've
They've
won?
won.
Explain that.
They've won. What are you talking about?
I'm
They've
t- well,
won.
okay. You're saying that
They
they're
got
joining them
it's
instead of
$60
beating them.
billion of Bitcoin under
So
control.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, okay.
Greek,
But
Greek, Greek.
they've
If
won. They like
BlackRock, if
Larry
BlackRock
Fink
wanted to
shows up
change,
to the president's office and says, "This is what's going on with BlackRock, and this is what's going on with Bitcoin." Like, what are we
well, see, I still
like?
think
You don't
Greek,
need the
Greek.
enemy. You get on the arc or you
right.
don't. Like, that's
Yeah,
what's
if
Greek,
you
going on
can't
right
beat them,
now.
Greek,
join them. I get it. But you're saying we've already
Greek,
crossed that chasm. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Greek.
over. You know when
We
it's
have. It's in
finished?
the
It
SEC
finished
filings.
June 15th, 2023.
Yeah.
That's when it
So
finished.
Greek, it's in the SEC filings. If BlackRock wanted to do what Luke Dash Jr. wanted to do, they can. Not only legally they can, not even the way Luke did it with just trying to take over the network. BlackRock can do it legally. They can do a consensus change. They can change the fucking algorithm. They could pretty much do whatever they want. Now, I don't think they would do that because it's kind of stupid. But Bob, if you look at the old SEC filings, if they want to make a change, they can make a change. They can legally
Okay,
do it.
so British, tell
They
Now,
me
can
this.
react.
As
They can
far as
react to the market changing the consensus for Bitcoin. But
okay, so,
the consensus for Bitcoin has not changed. So all they did was put
no,
in there a
that's not
hedge.
what I'm saying. I'm
okay,
not
so tell
saying
me
that
this,
it's
British
going to
Bob,
change or they're going to
Nick, tell
change
me
it.
this. Is gold threatened by Bitcoin? Are the gold
No,
bugs threatened by Bitcoin, or are they now getting on the arc?
I think Bitcoin's going to strengthen gold, and I told
anyone
you
that
that.
owns any asset that's provable that responds to scarcity and versus liquidity is on the arc. Now, the question is which one will be better off on the arc? And I think Bitcoin will be the best on the arc. But I don't think that the only ones that I'm worried about right now are the real estate owners. That's who I'm personally worried about, and I've always been worried about since I got into this because that was my vision. I don't think Bitcoin is. I think Bitcoin is digital gold for as long as you need it to be, but the real target is real estate.
So what do you think the real estate people are going to do? Like, what do you think their move is? Like, what could they do?
So you sell your property or you refinance it, like I got my parents to do, and you buy Bitcoin.
Right.
Like Greek. So what's happened with real estate is on my parents, right? I got them eventually to buy one Bitcoin. It's all in IBIT, one Bitcoin for every property that they had, right? And what they did was they refinanced the portfolio, and so really the tenants were paying for the Bitcoin that they bought. So anyway, they bought that at around 10,000 pounds, right? Let's just assume it's dollars just to keep it easy. $10,000. Now, it took them 30 years to build their property portfolio. And within a period of 5 or 6 years, they've basically doubled the dollar value of that liquid by buying Bitcoin, which 10x'd. That's the accelerated fashion of what happened to their portfolio, getting off an asset that's hamstrung, which is real estate. It's completely controlled.
So, what do you think because I heard Gary, it was Grant Cardone on a space earlier where he was, kind of saying that he's bought 11 new doors, and he's like fucking on to that, kind of saying that's where people should be headed is getting into real estate. Like, where is that headed
I mean,
eventually?
it depends how you're looking at real estate. From what I understand, Grant does is it's more of a cash flow business rather than like a capital appreciation business. And that's a different story, right? Like if you're looking at real estate for purely cash flow, America is so big that it allows you to own real estate that really doesn't really focus on the capital appreciation. It more so focuses on the cash flow. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different business type. I prefer, owning MSTY, WNTR, or selling covered calls, or selling puts for cash flow. Right, that's what I do. So it's like it just depends on what your preference is for cash flow. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people feel safe with real estate. But if you look at what's happened to London prices, right? London prices have actually gone nowhere in the last 10 years on real estate. Think about that. This is London. Whereas the outskirts have actually appreciated a little bit, right? Not as much as inflation, but they've appreciated a little bit from 10 years ago. And anyone could have seen that, kind of seen that trade coming. The only properties in London that kind of went up were the prime real estate, like the super prime property. So that's why Michael Saylor started talking about real estate too. He's like, look, like if you own my house, it's prime real estate. It's gone up. It's North Miami Beach, you know, oceanfront real estate. Like that's gone up. There's not more of that.
Yeah, but he's talking
But
about it going up because the fucking dollar is deflating.
no, well, the dollar's inflating. But the
Or
reason why
inflating.
he's talking about it going up is because there's an acceleration towards a K-shaped economy, and there's more and more wealthy people, and they want more and more wealthy symbols. So, like my diverse quote unquote diversifier is not really because I enjoy them, but is the watches that I buy. Right, I like watches. I love watches. So when I buy them, that's a bit of a diversifier, and these things are symbols of success, right? And they will go up. There was a great investor, Monish Pabari, who owned 10% of Ferrari. This guy's a tech investor, and he said, or he's an overall like U.S. value investor. He says his greatest investment was 10% of Ferrari, and he sold that, and that's his biggest mistake because there are not that many symbols of success for wealthy men. And that's the diversifier if you want one. But other than that, I mean, Bitcoin's the best reflexive response to liquidity.
Who's up, Bob? Say something, buddy. Crypto Crank, what's up, bro?
What's up, homies? Good to hear from the Greek. What's up, British? I hope everybody's having a good day. It's a Monday, huh? We're just getting started.
It's
The
time.
spaces, the trades. It's time. Big Bitcoin, man. Yeah, we're getting close, man. It's that from the trader point of view, it's fucking time, dude. I'm tired of it. Dude, we're going on 40 fucking days of Bitcoin doing this. It is the volatility is fucking ultra low for volatility. And I think it's time, man. But it's funny because I have been listening to British. I've been listening to a bunch of other channels, and when I think about it, because I come into these spaces, man, as like a trader's perspective, right? Yeah, start loading up on some fucking Bitcoin. I mean, it's game on right now, dude. It's fucking game on. I think that Bitcoin is, dude. The volatility is getting ready to spike up, and I'm more excited, you guys, about the next 6 to 8 months of sideways action, guys. It's not going to be a V-shaped recovery. These institutions want Bitcoin in the 60s, 70s, 80s before we start ripping. But yeah,
Yep.
no, it's good to see the
Do you
Greeks.
guys ever
I'm
see?
excited.
Do you guys see BlackRock getting into the Pokemon game? Because I mean, Pokemon's been doing pretty well compared to like.
I do
Super.
want to say
Here
one
comes the
thing
Bitcoin.
though.
This is what Bitcoiner sounds like now. This is when you're a Bitcoiner. This is what you sound like. Just
Let
want
me ask
everyone
you
to
something
know.
because I do have a question for British though. Everyone's used the example that if Michael Saylor, BlackRock, Coinbase, Brian Armstrong were to do the BIP-110 or whatever the protocol might be for the next time, these guys absolutely could fucking do that. And I think that all of us are going to be challenged because I think that these guys want real Bitcoin, right? They want our Bitcoin, what we know as Bitcoin. If these guys were to do a hard fork and sell the masses on this shit, it could work. That is a serious fucking threat, you guys, because that means that we're going to hard fork again. If the miners and these guys start owning the mining
If
companies,
you're
these
if you're
guys.
right, you should sell your Bitcoin.
No, well, I'm asking you, British. I mean, dude, I
Sell it
bid
all, bro.
BlackRock.
Sell it all.
I'm not. I know what Bitcoin is. I'm not going to be doing that. I've been through fucking 4 different hard forks now. What do you mean? I'm
Buy
asking.
a
We're talking
Pikachu
to the
card.
panel and you guys. I mean, you guys are big fucking channels, right? I mean, great dude. You're a big boy, dog.
So hey, I have a question for you guys. It's my first bear market, right? Have all the past bear markets
Alexa
been
off.
have they all been this fucking moronic? Like
No,
this
no, this is by far the most idiotic, moronic, fucking massive FUD woke bullshit that I was here for the block size first.
Ever.
Ever. Like literally ever. Like if you want to talk about fake news and the psyops and just the entire like
The amount of dry pussies.
yeah, like
Yeah, yeah. So like I know the
1000%.
psyops are there, G Money. Like I know that we got hit by a lot of that shit. But I mean like just regular fucking people
No,
like I
Greek, we
thought were
didn't. Greek,
Bitcoiners.
what's unique about this one compared to previous ones is that you didn't have like gold pumping, right?
Well,
Like this one was really well
and you
done.
didn't have BlackRock, you didn't have Trump, you didn't have crypto being screamed up the top of every balcony. And so what made this a lot worse is that all of a sudden it's in the news, it's front page. Trump is the crypto president. We go into a 10-month bear market. We get hacks, we get all this crazy shit all at once. And so it's just everywhere, right? And then Bitcoiners, like, I gotta be honest, they needed kind of good slap to the face, right? Because they've been like this pompous, arrogant, like cult of like freaks that like got a wake-up call. And which reminds me, like, barely any of them actually self-custody their Bitcoin. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there. And so, yeah, man, like this is a very like the sentiment has never been worse ever, ever. And I've been here like 10 years, dude, ever. This is the worst. And the price is actually holding steady at 60K, which is actually super bullish. So
That's the signal. The signal is the price in this environment. That tells you the Bitcoiners that Greek is talking about are out of control.
Yeah. If the cold
Yeah.
card, yeah, if the cold card hacked like happened like 4 years ago, it'll probably drop 80%.
Nuked.
yeah, every
Like
Bitcoin.
it's like everybody I hear, they're fucking like they think it's dead. They think it's done. Like they literally it's to me, it's like you've never even understood what this fucking thing was to begin with. Like that you're showing me your true colors now that you never knew what this fucking thing was. Like you just thought it was a number go up thing and you didn't understand any of the fundamentals. Like I don't know, it's so there's so many dry pussies, like so many of them.
Well, and every bear market is literally just to wipe out Bitcoiners. Like it's to get rid of all the people that
Yep.
don't believe.
It's
That's what it's about.
Greek. These people think I'm literally in the employ of BlackRock. Like, do you understand how where we are on the retard scale?
Yeah, that's fucking wild. That's wild, man. Like this place is fucking crazy. Just blows my mind. I mean, it's not good for newbies. Like I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty
No, it's
good.
great because it's the fire test, right?
Well,
Like
yeah, exactly.
it's great because the real capital is not coming through newbies into Bitcoin. So if a newbie comes into Bitcoin, goes through this, they're good. They're gonna be
Yeah, they're
good.
along for the ride. They're gonna fucking pump their bags
hundred
on.
percent. If you
Yeah,
start listening to fucking, all of these retards and then go, you know what, I still want to own this asset, you're good.
100%. But that's
You
why
know
I
what?
talk
Real
about
quick,
patience.
this Mickey Bitcoin said that if you own both coins and BlackRock decides to do that, depends on where you have your Bitcoin, dude. One of the comments, if they did hard fork the big institutions, right, that we're talking about, he's saying that you would own both coins. That's not true. It is if you're self custodying your Bitcoin, but if you're in any of these products, just mentioning this because I'm reading the chats.
So okay, all right, yeah. If you're in any of these products, then what happens?
You're not getting the fucking hard forked Bitcoin.
Even though they're the ones big hard forking it, like that's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
fucking A, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They
It
don't
depends on the
match hard
policies,
forks.
bro. Bro,
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah, no, I
true. It
agree,
depends
bro.
on
So
the
It depends on the
I'm
policies of
owning
what
policies.
BlackRock.
whoever's
They're
carrying. Like
hard
if you,
forking it in the conspiracy theory, and I'm not getting that one.
I don't
That's
think
what
so,
they're
man.
saying.
that's not 100% true. Like it depends on what BlackRock says. Like it happens
Yeah.
with
You
CPAC.
guys
It happens
fucking
with
insane.
Governments
You mean
adopt
BlackRock with
I
organized
a
think what
hundred
crypto
policies.
billion
cranks.
dollars of Bitcoin is gonna force hard fork something and not give their own clients the fucking one that wins?
Yeah,
You guys fucking retarded.
I think what crypto crank's saying is you're not going to
So
get the airdrop
you're
of
not
the
gonna get the
second
one.
coin.
You're not gonna get. I think
Governments
he's
governments
saying
will
That's
always
all
yes.
I'm
adopt
saying. I'm reading the chat there, British.
governments will always
Guys,
adopt
Fuck the
if
corporate.
you
chat.
keep this up, British is gonna leave. I'm telling you right now.
I
It's
believe you.
nonsense. It's crazy nonsense.
Yeah, so no reading the chat. Don't read the retard chat. They're fucking retards. I'm always one of the retards in chats, and it's all bullshit. I just want to troll. So don't worry about the fucking chats. But yeah, if you're a newbie like
Oh yeah, I'm
me,
gonna put my money with fucking JP Morgan Chase. They're gonna replace the fucking dollar and not give me that one. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, people forget that
Yeah,
governments adopt corporate policies, and if you think that's new, you need to investigate the ACH. And
well, this is all back to big Bitcoin, man. Big Bitcoin's taking over. You got to get on
That's the
that
part they
part.
don't get. Hold on, that's a really. I like the fact that I like the way you said that. Just say that again for the people right at the back.
Big Bitcoin is taking
Not
over.
you. I'm talking about.
Oh,
What the
oh,
fuck?
crypto crank.
it's all corporate. It's not about governments.
No, listen. Say what exactly what you said about adoption. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
governments adopt corporate organized policies.
There you go. That's the line. And I saw this June 15th, 2023. And I've been saying that's all I've been following, and I just keep proven right over again, and everyone's fucking flabbergasted. I'm like, you guys are stupid.
Okay, can you say that again for the dummy here, so I can understand what he said?
Huh?
Just say it one more time slowly.
I mean, it's not about governments. It's governments adopt the corporate organized policies. That you just have to look in. I mean, investigate
Right.
how the ACH, investigate how the
So what you're
ACH was
saying,
created.
is that the governments listen to big Bitcoin and do what they want.
They do what they say.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
The government has no control. The governments are fucking retarded. They, they don't. They don't.
The government's job is to sit there and assess the field and go, who's the most trustworthy, and that's the right direction to go in. Or is it not the right direction to go in? The government are basically the wrapper on decision making. If you got enough people in there that are doing the right, making things go the way you want them to go, that's the decision that's going to be made. And as G Money has spoken about many times, the entire fucking C suite of the US government are fucking Bitcoiners. From the fucking cleaners of the fucking Oval Office to the Treasury Secretary to the fucking president. Like, this was so easy to see that there's gonna be a corporate takeover of Bitcoin and then a political takeover. I fucking said the second BlackRock's ETF filing went through, I said, we are going to see that suddenly Bitcoin is good for the environment. Nobody even remembers that PSYOP anymore, where it was like, Bitcoin's bad for the environment. It took 2 fucking weeks. 2 weeks it took for a KPMG report to say Bitcoin might actually be good for the environment. That's how this works. Deal with it.
that and
I
also
think
that
it's the
governments.
guy who wrote that report is Al Gore too, who wrote that KPMG thing.
It might as well be.
Like the whole libertarian Satoshi myth was just promoted in stealth to basically promote adoption and development. It's no different than the internet or how it's exactly the same. That's why you see so many early adopters say Bitcoin feels the same way.
So there you have it. Fucking buy some Bitcoin if you're smart.
And to the earlier comment about like BlackRock and shit, like BlackRock wasn't signaling for BIP-110, bro. Like the miners, right? Like they're completely separate in this equation. And the hash power across the entire world, like, like it wasn't fucking Larry Fink saying, oh, support. Like, no, dude, that's not how it worked. Michael Saylor was trying to educate everybody But like, chill out on the conspiracies. Like big Bitcoin is here. Our board, Larry Fink and Donald Trump, are going to take us home. The big bald Bitcoiners came and put their nuts on the fucking table,
Hell
and
yeah.
they're taking over, man. So you just deal with it. Like
So
stop.
G Money, tell us a little bit more about the Saylor, the Saylor strategy here when it comes to that. Where I know you said get away from conspiracy theories, but let's dive into that one a little bit about how Saylor's in on it with President Fink and Trump.
Yeah, I mean, Saylor has basically attacked the entire financial system, basically issued a credit default swap on the entire thing. But look, it's going to be a transition. Like, they're not here to blow it up, right? They're here to ease us into this transition to a Bitcoin standard, right? That's why you've got all the derivatives and you've got the stable coins and you've got, tokenization. Like, all that stuff is actually going to turn our financial system from a corrupt vampire system into a golden age of abundance, transparency, and sovereignty. And so, like, you can take the doom or take and say, oh, like all the Bitcoin maxis are doing. But they just have their head up their asses because, like, a Bitcoin world is too violent. Like, imagine the amount of people in the world, and imagine people that in the world that actually get Bitcoin, which is a very small percentage of them. And so, like, normies are going to have a little bit of Bitcoin, and eventually they're going to come around. But like, an entire these people want to just uproot the entire system like tomorrow and think we're going to go to a Bitcoin standard, which is just completely fucking asinine because of the level of idiots that are out in the world. Like, think of the smartest person you know, and then understand that you know basically 70% of the people are twice as dumb as that person, right? Or figure the dumb.
Well, maybe that's why they're so pissed, right? Because their little dream world of them being the kings and queens that own all the Bitcoin, are they've lost their fucking
No, but like that's what I don't understand. Like, they still get to win. Like, they're still gonna win. And so like the crying and the screaming and the complaining and the doomerism, like dude, this is like the biggest wet dream you could have ever had, and it's happening, and now you're mad about it. And they think like Bitcoin's been co-opted when it's actually the other way around. Like, Bitcoin's the Trojan horse, right? And so like it's gonna actually turn everything inside out, but in a positive way instead of a crash, burn, and then the bankers take everything like they usually do. So like people just gotta chill out, like zoom out, and just see.
have some vision. Let's
Yeah,
try to
have some
see it
fucking
through the
vision.
noise.
And the
Now,
tokenization's happening, like British is saying. I mean, I think it's going to be on Bitcoin, a specific protocol. But if you have Bitcoin, you're already positioned for that because everything on the protocol, that gets added to it is just going to suck more value into it. And so that's a good thing, no matter what. Um,
so British, tell me this. Visa, MasterCard, right? How are they? How do they get in the arc? Because they're
Well,
not going to disappear.
they're going to use whatever services are well, we also don't know that they're not going to disappear, right? We don't know that. They might be absorbed in something bigger. So yeah, they're going to use the services that are issued. The issuers are going to get the rent seeking, right? The little fees that they get on every transaction and whatever. And that's how the world's going to go around. Right now, all they're going to do is it's just going to increase flow through. That's what's going on right now. That's the point of the crypto thing is its final settlement and an increase in flow through.
Like, are
So
they going to dive into stable coins and just it'll just
They're
be
already on Ethereum, bro.
they're
Like
already on it.
American
Like, I
Express
don't.
uses
right?
Ethereum already.
Right, but
Like,
I've heard a lot of
Greece.
people talk about how Visa, Mastercard will never let this happen, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, they're gonna have to join them if they can't beat them. They're gonna join them.
All right, yeah.
So
Easy
I don't
They've
know.
enough.
been
I'm
they've
just
been on
curious.
Ethereum for years already, dude. That's the thing. You're new to this. Like, we've been going over this
Whoa,
since like
whoa.
for a
Nico's
long
getting
time.
fly now. Okay.
Like, I've
He's
been in
just
Bitcoin
upset
for fucking
because
10
Hey,
years.
listen, calm
because
down, Rick. You're new to this.
yeah,
That's what
you're
Nico's
not
just
gonna
saying.
find. He's upset because there's not many dumb
If
Greeks. So
Visa and Mastercard
Straight
are pretty
fucking
good,
New
give
York,
them
New
a road
York
dog.
on you right now.
I mean, that's where I'm from.
well, I like it. I like it. Any way you look at it, I like it. And
No, but most of this stuff, bro, is already on like layer twos and Ethereum and all of the above.
so why
Like
is
what I'm
everybody fucking? So it's all FUD then. They're just trying to
so
fucking.
one of the things I've been telling people is that Ethereum is the testnet for Bitcoin. If you like, and it's there's a
Hey,
little bit
hey,
of
Greek,
a
Greek, Greek. You
truth
don't
to
have to
that
listen to
too.
no one. Greek, you don't have. Let me tell you a secret, Greek, how this works. Okay, you go on Yahoo Finance. All right, you put in Mastercard, which is MA is the symbol. Okay, Mastercard. You look at holders, and you go holders, top institutional holders. Go look at who number one is.
Is it President Larry?
You know who it is. You know how this game works. These fucking Bitcoiners are retarded, Greek. The circle has already been set. When the owner calls, you do what happens. Like I don't know what else to tell you, people. Like it's
Holy fuck, that's awesome.
the game is. That's what I said to you. Like the game is won because it's already wrapped up. Like everyone's going on about, oh, we got to win this. The game's won. It's already wrapped up.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time now. It's like fucking, that's beautiful.
Hey, Greek, did you see
Oh
my
man,
did you see my new song I came up with?
where? No, did you post
Yeah,
it?
I'll post it. It's if you like techno house, I put a little video together and stuff. It's pretty sick, dude. I'll put it, but it's got
Put it
like,
in, man. Put it in.
I'll,
I love all your
all
shit.
right, dude.
So
I'll
put it
put
in.
it in. It's pretty cool.
I love all
I
that
think
shit.
British should put it in his workout mix. Actually, and it's on spot. It's on
Let's
Spotify,
go.
British. So I want you to add it to your workout mix, buddy.
What's the art? How do I
It's
find it?
called The Games of Trump. It's on Spotify by G Money Pepe.
Games of
It's
Trump.
all yeah. It's Games Space of Trump, and it's on there. And I think it's a banger that's gonna pump you up, dude.
How long is it? 2
It's
minutes?
like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. I'll put it in the nest real quick. Hold on.
Someone should
You
play
know
it for
what's
us.
so crazy about Mastercard that I just noticed as well as I'm looking through this? 91.55% is the percentage of shares held by institutions, not by, people. Think about that. So Greek, it's all wrapped up. Just got to sit back and relax. Remember what the boss said. Nobody should be surprised if Bitcoin's $700,000 a coin.
Yeah, and like how
While at
retarded.
Davos,
I think one thing too is like how retarded it is right now. Like the Bitcoin price of being low and just being super boring for 9 months. It's ultra retarded at this level for no reason. So when it's ultra retarded on the other level for no reason, when it's 700K, like you're gonna know why.
hell yeah. By the way, in case you guys were wondering whether British Hole is right again or not, fucking BitBox has just been attacked. BitBox, which is a cold wallet, they said made in Switzerland, so it's got super fucking open source and made in Switzerland, just announced that they were doing internal audits all of a sudden, aka someone decided to run the fucking code through an LLM. We were able to discover and fix multiple security issues in the BitBox firmware. We recommend our users update their BitBox app.
Like, who the fuck has their Bitcoin in big box?
By the way, Nico is right about Ethereum being like the test net for Bitcoin. There's an old post actually, Nico, if you want to look in the nest as well. But I put the song in there too, guys. Go check out the
Oh,
Games of Trump. It's a pretty sweet beat. If you like some techno house music, it slaps pretty hard.
So who has the capability to play it for us right
also, go to Big Bitcoin. Sorry, go to Big Bitcoin and then look at the rap songs they're putting out as well. They slap.
now?
You can play it from yours, I think, Greek. If you want to play it, give the audience a little slapper.
Why, just hit on it and it'll play? You'll hear it?
Yeah, just I think
Let's
hit
try.
it and then leave your mic on.
Okay, let's try it. Hold on. It's fucking on mute. Ready? Here we go.
Maybe it's not working. You got to
Holy
unmute. The,
fuck, there's a bunny right next to me. Ready?
we can't hear it, Greek. So I don't know if you're
oh,
listening
you
to it.
can't. Oh, you can't hear it.
No,
Oh
it's not
fuck! I
working. It's
was
not working.
enjoying that too. Damn.
Oh, damn, it's not working.
You
All
know
right.
what? Hold
Well,
on. Maybe I can figure out a way to.
This is fire. I just heard the first like 30 seconds. This
Oh, it's
shit's
fucking
good.
awesome, and the graphics are awesome. The Pepe, the Trump Pepe. Everybody's got to go just check that shit out. We'll look at
let's make it
Twitter.
go viral, baby. Bitcoin and Trump is here, baby. It's happening.
Absolutely, and didn't not to get all conspiracy on everybody, but didn't Q post a fucking Trump Pepe or
No,
something?
Trump posted himself as Pepe the Frog back in the day, but Q posted a bunch of Pepes. It's all kind of convoluted and nuanced, but yeah, there's definitely some crossover.
That's
Tell me,
fucking
I'm gonna
awesome.
tell me if you can hear it. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me take my
You
earpiece
know
off. And
what?
tell me
I'm
if you
really
can hear
glad
it.
that I'm glad that Bob is here because Bob hosts these spaces and they're all like he allows a couple of retards to show up.
Yeah,
Right?
he's very politically correct. Absolutely,
Yeah.
and he says
And it's
thank
kind of
you.
weird, so I'm glad he's here. It kind of tells me his soul, where his soul is at. That's what it tells
The
me.
best part about Boss Space is he'll be like, "Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that." I just do
Yeah, he tries
everything.
not to react.
Yeah, let's not no one yell at each other. Okay, let's just not no personal attacks. We can have a debate, but no personal attacks.
I almost got the space fucking blown up by calling Texas Toast like Darkseid's illegitimate child.
I heard, did he mute you or something? And then all hell broke loose.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what happens when you put these fucking liberal Democrats in control, in power.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. It's funny how many liberal Democrats we have in this space.
Anti-USA, anti-Bitcoin, anti-President Trump, anti-Larry Fink, anti-winning. That's what they are. They're anti-winning.
Yeah, absolutely, man. They're what do you call it when you self-punish yourself? Masochist.
They like pain. They're masochists.
It's like chopping your own dick off.
Yeah, yeah, or watching some guy bang your girlfriend.
Anyway, I heard Puncher's not having a good time, so if anyone speaks to him, can you please, offer my well wishes.
How's Darkseid doing? Is he still dark? Is he
You
still
guys couldn't
fucking
hear the
dooming and
song?
everything?
You guys couldn't hear
No,
really? I just
no.
fucking blasted it, and all my neighbors heard me like for.
We couldn't hear shit, bro. Put
Yeah,
your mic next to it.
you got to unmute your mic when you play it.
Uh,
I'm just kidding, man. You had your mic muted, really?
no, I didn't have the mic muted. It should have played. Give me a second, man.
No, it's not
Are
working.
you
Let's forget
trying?
about
Are
it.
you
It's
We'll
trying
just
fine.
to
It's
play
play
it
it
fine.
on
through
We're,
the
we're,
device?
we're
Spotify.
moving on now. We're moving on.
It'll help the views.
I don't give a fuck about views.
No, Bob, go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead,
No,
Bob.
if you're trying to play it through the same device that you're on Spaces with, it won't play because you don't have loop back. It's
No, I
impossible.
was playing
You
it
have to
off
play.
my PC and I'm on in spaces on my phone, and for some reason nobody was able to hear it.
Yeah, that should have worked. That's weird. Whatever. We're moving on. We're moving on. So who do we got here? We got Vinny in there.
I want to hear from Bob.
almost
I
here.
want Bob to say. I want to hear the words come out of Bob's mouth that he's on the winning team.
I've been
You're
on
on,
the
Bob.
winning team a long time. I was going to actually bring up with Nico's comments and then G Money being around for a while. I seem to remember a time in Bitcoin's history when people would say, this is one of those technologies that's so new that something else is going to come along and replace it. And then everybody thought that was going to be Ethereum. But what I find interesting is that because Bitcoin's actually a protocol and everything else is a shitcoin, that Solana and all these others are actually eating Ethereum's lunch. And some people just can't let it go. So I don't know. I just think there's some interesting, like if you've been around long enough, you've heard all the arguments, you've seen, how people go back and forth and put good money after bad and all this stuff. It's pretty insane. But I don't know. I guess with the shitcoins, I wish you the best of luck. I just don't think that it's. I don't know. G Money, do you remember all of that? Like early on in Bitcoin's days when they'd say, "Oh, something else is going to come along and take over," and it just never happened.
Yeah, that's like the LinkedIn corporate bro, like schmuck, right? Who's like, oh, it's gonna be better. That's like the XRP retard, right? Like, who doesn't understand, the beautiful, birth of Bitcoin, doesn't understand proof of work. Like, so they're just taking it from like just, a corporate bro, finance guy type thing, which is like, oh, Bitcoin's cool, but it's old technology. So, yeah, that argument seems to be like going away. I remember that was more an argument a while ago, but, yeah, I mean, look, Ethereum is a 70% pre-mined shitcoin. And this is why the tokenization is important, because like if you understand that the token that is connected to the chain it's on, if you have a token that's connected to a shitcoin, like your token's essentially a shitcoin, right? Like if your token lives on an inferior network, the token itself is inferior. And so that's why like it's never going to work on an Ethereum or an XRP or Solana. Like these are great test cases, right? So we can like iron out the bugs. But remember, like the special powers that Bitcoin has, because Bitcoin can copy anybody else. Like we have Lightning, right? We have tokenization. And so the really cool thing about Bitcoin, though, it's indestructible, right? Like you unplug Amazon servers for, 2 days, most of the Ethereum network goes down, right? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's where the resilience of the Bitcoin network is. So imagine if you're like a superhero and you're that guy that can like copy everybody's superpowers. I don't know what guy that is, but like you're the only one that can't die. So you can like, turn into fireballs. You can do this. So you can do anything you want, which Bitcoin can do. And when Solana and Ethereum like cut their teeth on everything, we'll just be like, oh, you know what? That works really well. We're just going to copy that and put it on Bitcoin. Like it. But guess what, guys? Like we have indestructibility powers, so like you can't take our network down. And so all the liquidity will eventually flow into that ecosystem because, again, the special powers of Bitcoin is it's indestructible. And so I think people need to think about that more when they're chasing all these rug pulls and shit coins, because that's really like what it's about. Like your token is only as good as the network it's on, and if it's on a shit coin, like your token's a shit coin.
Yeah, people forget that all altcoins are based on Bitcoin's code.
Let's welcome Fred. Fred, welcome to the green space, bro. Fred's here. Fred, what's happening, man?
Greek, I'm in your space.
Look at
Man.
that, eh? Look at that. I'm climbing the ladder here.
Nice. I like it. I'm hearing some really interesting things from
So,
your speakers.
so tell me something bullish, Fred.
Something bullish. I think the most bullish thing that we got going for us is it's been 10 months. And bear markets don't last forever. I think the longest one's been 13 months. So I think 10 months is a long time. I think we're kind of due for a ramp up here. That's it.
Fred, you think when
is the main
STRC gets
variable.
back to par, it's the end of the bear?
I don't think they're connected, but yeah, probably. But I just think that if you're thinking that that strategy is going to be the thing driving us up, I think you need to look elsewhere, because I think that strategy hasn't bought a Bitcoin in 2 months.
Yeah, but Fred,
So I just
if
don't, I think they got to get their own house in order. They got to get stretched back to par, and they got to hold it there before they can issue more. So
well, that was my initial point in this space was, the flywheel, right? Once you get like it's getting STRC back to pars is so important, because that basically kicks off a flywheel. They can now buy more Bitcoin, which is going to help Bitcoin. They're going to buy more cash, which is going to help the STRC investors, and it's just going to keep perpetuating.
I think that, look, I just think that that's not accurate. I think the way to think about this stuff is, if the market moves higher, independently of strategy, then they're going to be able to, issue more STRC. And so I view it more as a turbocharger for, once we kind of get rolling, but I don't think strategy is going to pull us out of the bear market. I think the market's going to pull us out of the bear market, right? Prices is going to go up because it's just done going down. So I think once we go up, if Bitcoin goes up 50% from here, I think that's when you're going to start seeing strategy issue more stretch and buying more Bitcoin. And I think they will be, that will be accretive to Bitcoin. I just don't think that it's going to happen right here. I just don't. Look, they haven't bought for 2 months. It wouldn't surprise me if they don't buy for another 2 months, honestly. And they might even sell some Bitcoin. So I don't know. That's kind of my thinking on strategy. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just I don't think they're going to lead us out of the book.
So how much longer? You mentioned the 10 months, and the longest was 13. When do you think Bitcoin's going to start going up and steadily?
I mean, I think it's going to happen all at once, kind of. So that's kind of what I think. Look, I think if we kind of say where was it relative to the bottom of the last bear market? Well, November or December of 2022, right? You know, you know, we kind of bottomed out at like 16,000, a little lower than 16, right? But then we kind of got up to 30,000 without any news, right? That it wasn't news that brought us from 16 to 30,000, right? And then we started hearing about the ETFs right around 30,000. But there was no news from 16 to 30. That was just the market just kind of, it was oversold, it bounced back, people started buying, and so I kind of expect something like that here. I kind of expect it to go up on no news whatsoever. Yeah, no catalyst, no news, people just buy.
Hey,
That's
Fred.
my view.
Fred, there was a catalyst actually during that. People forget in December of 2022,
Yeah.
USDC and other stable coins depegged. And this was coming out of basically the
I
fears
remember
from
that.
the
Yeah, I remember
algorithmic stable
USDC
coins.
traded down to what, 95, or it was even 90. I can't even.
Yeah, yeah. And so there were a ton of people sitting on a ton of stable coins. And as that thing started to unravel a little bit, people got fearful and they said, well, where should I put it? Bitcoin. And so that really marked a turning point for Bitcoin
Was it
in the
really?
low.
I
Well,
remember
I'd
that pretty
say,
well, but was that really is
yep.
that the catalyst that moved Bitcoin higher? I mean, it was coincidental.
I really, I mean, essentially over the course of about 2.5 days, Bitcoin went from 19 to 25 and then back down to like 22, 23. So I really think it helped it turn the corner at that point. I remember it vividly.
Yeah, I remember it too. I remember it too because
What are you
Ben
eating, Fred?
walnuts. Um,
Got nuts
Ben
in your
had
mouth?
some
Jolly Ranchers.
some USDC. Ben had some USDC at the time.
Is it BIP-110 ones or whose are they? Whose
Legacy,
walnuts are they?
legacy. They're pita walnuts.
Got them.
Um,
Understood.
but anyways, Ben had some USDC and it was depegging, and he's like, I just gotta sell it. And I'm like, it's probably gonna go back, man. And I said, to be honest, why don't you just sell it and buy Bitcoin with it? Just buy it. And he regrets. He still regrets that to this day. He was like, you were right about selling the USDC and buying Bitcoin.
By the way, Fred, I just want to point out because none of us are PhDs in here. So, but your perspective on MSTR is completely wrong. It's completely like a BIP-110er's perspective. Like I don't expect you to have anything different after you supported BIP-110, but I also think maybe you might be worth speaking to because you flip flop on so much. Like you might actually flop to the right side of this whole thing. So the reason why they're not buying Bitcoin right now is because you're at a one MNAV. You're exchanging a dollar for dollar. You want to buy the Bitcoin when you can exchange a dollar for $3 of Bitcoin. That's what you want to
That's not
do.
happening though.
Yeah, of course, because you know why it's not happening? It's nothing to do with them. It's the market conditions are not there. So it's actually better for them to reduce down the debt right now, the debt load, than to actually buy the Bitcoin. That's why they're making the smart choice and not the BIP-110 choice.
I think that the correct choice would be to do nothing, to wait until Bitcoin goes higher, then sell it and just eradicate the debt. They're doing some. They're not doing the right thing right now. Like I don't think you can say that they're doing. And the reason why I know that is that the MNAV is one. So if they were
No,
doing the
but the
right thing,
MNAV is
MNAV
one
would
because there's no attention. There's no attention in the Bitcoin space, right? There's no interest in the Bitcoin space as
there's
Bitcoin
no
continues.
strategy, right? So I think
So there's no interest in Bitcoin. What are you talking about?
well, I'm saying that
We're having $500 million up weeks, $500 million down weeks. Like that's it. There's no interest here.
I'm not disputing that. What I just think is that there's the argument of the positioning of strategy is weak right now. Like nobody really likes it.
You mean just
Nobody
like Bitcoin?
I think relative to Bitcoin is weak. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Not
that's
just
because Bitcoin's
relative.
weak. Like I don't understand this argument. It's like strategy hasn't bought a single Bitcoin. Yeah, because they're at a one MNAV and it makes more sense to grind down the debt than it makes sense to
My
buy
point is
Bitcoin.
let's
Yeah.
focus on the fact that they're at a 1 MNAV. So their current
Well,
story,
that's even respectfully, well, disrespectfully, that's even
I mean, the
stupider.
story is not resonating, right? They are not convincing people. STRC is at 95. They are not convincing people right now that they have a great strategy. They are
Because
now.
I mean, they didn't even unleash this stock buyback option until just now. He's been talking about it for a year. This is the first time they've actually deployed it.
Unleashed.
So yeah, it takes time for the market to understand things. Look how long it took, people to understand. How long did you spend supporting BIP-110? Let's give them at least that
I
amount of
still
time.
support
6
BIP
months.
110. I think BIP-110 was a very good idea. Look, it just didn't. It didn't pass, and I didn't think it was going to pass. I thought it was a very
No,
big
you
long
did
shot.
think it was going to pass. That's why you supported it.
No,
You can lie to
I'm
everyone
telling
else, Fred. You
I
can't lie
do
to me.
support things that are the long shot bets. I do think you should. It was a good idea to do that into Bitcoin. It was.
No, like Fred, you're misunderstanding. Like if you thought it was a good idea, like you still don't understand Bitcoin, bro. Hate to break it to you.
Bro, like, dude, like, what are you talking about,
The
bro?
consensus,
Dude,
bro. Like you wanted to hand over consensus rules to
come on,
fucking
dog.
some jerk
Come
off
on,
in a
dog.
corner that's a pedo guy. Like that's who you were handing over consensus to. Like one guy, bro. One guy in his basement who
Fred's in
eats cats and dogs.
California.
Fred, the guy ate cats and dogs, and you were gonna hand him the entire consensus network, bro. Like, was that smart? No.
Bro, I wasn't going to hand anybody anything. Okay. We were talking about
You were
8
the
million.
lead, Fred. You were the literal leader of the BIP-110 movement.
Well, I mean, I had more. Yeah, I was the leader.
Yeah, I know. You like
In
being the
terms
leader
of
of dumb
reach,
movements. Power
in terms of reach,
opinion. You've got, BIP-110, anti-MSTR,
so
anti-Michael Saylor.
if I what anti look, I can criticize Saylor. So, I mean, I'm just saying his stuff's not resonating right now. Nobody's, which is why it's trading at below 100, which is why STRC is trading at 95, which is why he's trading at 1M now. It's not working right now. Will it work in the future? I hope so. I just feel like right now they don't really have, you say they unleashed the stock buyback. Well, okay, they unleashed it. It's like I was watching Natalie Brunell interview some poor guy, and she was like, this guy took his life savings, which was $400,000, and now, thanks to you, Mr. Saylor, it is now $65,000. What do you have to say about that?
No, it
And
was 70.
finally,
It was he
I'll
put
take this
seven.
one.
He gave
She said that.
75,000. No, he gave 75,000 to each kid, three of them, and he said it's down to 20 now. So he goes, would you start to give some dividends on him? Would you think about putting dividends
Yeah,
on MSTR and
and
give it
like,
back?
you're at the
But then
wrong
he
spot for
explained. But
dividends.
then Saylor explained to him. He said, "Listen, if you're in MSTR, if you're in for 6 months, you should be in bonds. If you're in for a year, you should be in STRC. If you're in MSTR, you should be minimum 4 years." So he basically explained to the guy, if you're in MSTR, you got to fucking be patient. You can't just expect things to happen. It's like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is minimum 4 year. So he's like, if you're in MSTR Bitcoin, you should be minimum 4, but preferably 10. So we gotta make sure we mention
Look,
those
I think
things.
MSCR is going to do fine here because I think I'm bullish on Bitcoin and it's leveraged Bitcoin, right? So I have no problem with it. Where I think I don't think it's going to catch a bid much much above 1 in terms of MNAV, even if
Fred, you
Bitcoin.
literally said this the last time as well.
Yeah, and my
guess where
biggest
we are
criticism
now?
of you,
MNAV
Fred,
1 for this.
the biggest criticism I have of you is like you'll say stuff like that. You'll be like, oh, Saylor's fucked. He's fucked. It's trash. But then you're like, but
All right.
if
I
Bitcoin
didn't
goes
say
up, he's gonna be fine. And I'm
he's
like,
gonna be
what?
I'm not saying that. It doesn't mean you should invest in the stock. Now, right here, I think it is not a bad investment because I think you get the leverage and you're buying it at 1M now.
It's amazing how you pivoted in one space, Fred. I've never seen this amount of fucking gymnastics come out of a California tech PhD.
I'm the king of the pivot. Even
Completely understand. You see, you're laughing there. You know why you're laughing, Fred? Because you know I'm here, and you know I can see through your bullshit.
But you know what? This is awesome, guys. Like I could, you know what? You made my night, Fred. Thank you for coming in, man. And let's continue. Don't stop. Let's keep going. I mean, this is the best shit, man. This is the best space on X right now. They're all in the fucking Bitcoin AI guy. They're circle jerking each other to sleep, and we're in here fucking doing this, and they're missing it, and
Hey,
it's
Greek,
not recorded.
Greek, I'm trying to subscribe, Greek, to you. I can't do it. I'm trying to subscribe here.
That's what I'm gonna do next. Yeah, I'm gonna do a fucking subscription like the rest of these fucking morons. But listen, don't do a subscription, okay? Don't be a fucking one of those guys. Just fucking don't record your spaces. Just fucking what happens on Greek Spaces stays on Greek Spaces, okay? It doesn't go anywhere else. So you guys are all safe.
Circle jerk. You're not that word has been trademarked and copyrighted by British. So I think he needs to get his royalties whenever you use the word circle jerk.
You got to get the domain British, circlejerk.com.
I do. I need the trademark, the domain, everything.
And just have a bunch of links to all the circle jerkers fucking profiles.
It's just amazing to me because Fred also knows how to run the biggest circle jerks. And it's quite funny because Fred will go, he'll be like, at least I stick to one side, right? We're like left side, right? Fred will just go, okay, everybody. It's like a pensioner's exercise program. It's like left side, right? And then they're like the power opinion, right? On one side. Then it's like, right, everybody, all of a sudden, right side. And now they're jerking each other off on the right side, right? Now it's like BIP-110 and whatever else. Fred's a master of this. Like I honestly can't do what Fred does.
The fact that I hit 365 followers about 5 minutes ago tells me that my circle jerking is working. Okay. My pirouetting.
If that's the success metrics that you've decided, that's called working.
But it is absolutely working, my friend. Working.
Okay, Fred, one more thing then. Can you glaze my new song? It's called The Games of Trump. It's a techno Bitcoin song. I got it queued up, Greek. Can I play it real quick? Give me like 30 seconds to play this.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Can you hear it?
They printed the chains. The frog remembered.
Yes, I hear it.
Perfect. Here we go. Wait for the chorus.
It has one of those kind of Bruno gay German vibes.
All right, here we go.
Green eyes, lower room, locked and wide. Cuban was right. The drops never lied. Trump with the wheels off walking the code. Central bank is feeling the overload. Proof of what turns energy into fire. Every jewel a weapon, every hash a desire.
To be honest with you, we can't make out any of the words.
This is gay as fuck. This is gay. Sorry, G-Money. I love you. This is gay.
It's a German gay song. It's like
If you can't make out the words, we'll have to play it another time.
You don't need to because we're not members of your gay German techno club. If you want to go and play it, you should market this thing to Evan, who was just telling us about this experience that he had in Miami, where he went into a hot tub and then three other guys jumped into the hot tub and then started making out, okay, right in front of him. And
Well,
you
That
look at
sounds
it
like a
sounds like
How do
BIP-110
you
the
know that?
party.
standard
sounds like one of your
there, and I'm
spaces,
not
Fred.
making this shit up. Okay, this is what people do in Bitcoin. Okay, and you might be part of this crowd, GMO. I'm not. I'm not. So that's we're
I
just
just want to ask everyone a question, super hypothetical. If this was the scene, right, and someone asked you to take a bet, either G Money's in the scene or Fred's in the scene, who are you putting your money on?
Are we talking about clubs?
Anyway, now the thing is that BlackRock is winning. MSTR's team BlackRock, you know, and that's it. It's the game is already wrapped up. Fred's got 365,000 followers from somewhere. They're all over here now, so that's good. Yeah, it's good times right now, and this is the beauty of a bear market. This is the time where you get to enjoy exposing the retards.
Hey, Greek, I'm trying to add people that are requesting. I don't know if you need.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't know.
You don't get so trigger happy because we're running out of spaces, so like people can't get up.
Let me just make my public service announcement. I recommend everybody move their Bitcoin to legacy wallets because I'm not sure about the
Okay,
state of affairs
okay,
with
all
SEC.
right. Drop that guy right away. Really, you're talking about cold wallets? So what the fuck? Really? Can you guarantee me that that's safe? Can you guarantee it?
He's gone. He gone.
What the fuck? Okay, where's Natalie? Bring my beautiful Natalie up.
Yeah,
Where's
I got questions for Natalie, but every time I tell her I got questions for her, she runs away. So I don't know.
I just want to everybody welcome the beautiful Natalie to the stage. She was circle jerking in Bitcoin AI guys space there, falling asleep to that bullshit. But she's here now in the best fucking space that's happening tonight. Welcome, Natalie. How are ya?
Thanks, Greek. I feel bad leaving that space, but I know there was a lot of entertainment and good conversation happening here. So, yeah, I came over for you.
So you had to come over, right, Natalie? You got to be in the one spaces that's popping right now.
Well, Greek
Come
messaged
on,
me and
make
I
her a
felt like I was
co-host.
missing out. I had
Come
fear of
on, make
missing
her a
out. So I
co-host. So
came
the
over.
person that's owned or hasn't owned Bitcoin for the last 3 months can be a co-host on a Bitcoin space. This is how we
British,
sniff
you
out
don't know
stuff.
anything about me. So just keep
Well,
making your
that's what I wanted to
assumptions.
ask. I wanted to ask about you, and you ran away last time. But you made some like you had a snake running around somewhere. Is the
And
snake
it's still
safe now?
here. It's still here. The firemen came out, and no snake to be found. It escaped. I don't know how it escaped from the bathroom where I had it locked up, and so it's quite scary. And I'm on alert. I'm on alert.
You just have a snake running around the house now,
Yes,
and you
yes,
have
I
time
do.
to be on Spaces.
Well, what am I gonna do? Like live in fear? Is that's called FUD?
No,
What can
no,
I
no.
do?
You saw an actual snake. Like that's not FUD anymore. It's that's you got an actual snake in the house. Like that's different,
There was an actual snake in the house and it was in the bathroom and I closed the door and I put like four pillows. They were heavy pillows up against the
and
door.
it's gone.
There and the firemen came and they opened the door and there's no snake. And I have no idea, absolutely no idea where this magical snake went. And they searched the house and it's nowhere to be found. And I've been searching ever since and I'm just waiting for it to appear again. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Right. So that's good. How are you sleeping? Obviously, because snake might appear in the bedroom.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'm in fear. I'm okay when the like it's sunlight out, but yeah, at night I barricade myself in the room and as soon as I wake up, I search. Yeah, thank you. I'm a little skittish.
How do you guys think it
Get a
got in
pet
there in the
mongoose.
first place?
How what?
How do you think it got in there in the first place? Maybe
I
it went out the
literally
same
have
way.
I have no idea. I've chat GPT'd it. I've
Okay,
asked the
okay. Enough
firemen.
of the fucking snakes. Okay, I didn't bring you over here to talk about snakes. I want to ask Fred Powerlaw. Okay, because I like I like bullish. I'm all bullish. So Fred, talk to me about Powerlaw. What's going on with the Powerlaw situation? Okay, Fred is officially moved on to
You
talking
know,
to
he's
his wife.
chewing the nuts.
He's talking to his
He
wife
said he has
I
about
nuts
think
to
he's
chew.
Ethereum.
talking to you about the power of circle jerking.
He's talking to Claude, saying, "Well, what do I say to British?
That's right.
What should I
That's
reply?"
exactly right.
He's rewinding it. He's
That's
like,
exactly right.
he's like,
You made me laugh.
British is
Yeah,
making
you
me
made me laugh.
look bad. What do I say, Claude? Come on.
I do think we're about to put in our bottom, dude. And the people that are in these spaces, the OGs, we're gonna buy and we're gonna go slowly up and to the right. We're not gonna have these big impulse moves, dude, until probably summer of next year. Greek. I think that that same scenario where we kind of played between 17 to 35 to $36,000. I think Fred's on it. I really do, man. Like we're about. I think we're going lower. I know, but I think that the people that are in these spaces that are going to get these opportunities to buy, that's what's going to drive us
Bro,
up.
I
We're
don't
going to go
know.
sideways.
You sound like you got one foot on either side of the seesaw right
Yeah.
now. That's how you sound.
You
But
know why I
you
don't
know
believe
that,
you,
British. Yeah, but you
crypto
know that,
crank?
British.
Is
Yeah, like.
I don't believe you because it's just too easy. That's too easy
Well,
to
it's
think that
almost too
way.
easy. Nobody's in fucking Bitcoin, dude. It's been the shittiest asset in the last. We know that. Nobody's
Yeah, it's
big
not really
assets right
though.
now,
It's not
man.
really. It was his all-time high fucking 10 months ago. I mean, how is that the
I mean, for
shittiest
fuck's sake,
asset?
I've been trading SanDisk like a fucking
Yeah,
little
yeah, but
moron for
hold
fun
on.
right
Let's
now,
just
dude. Like
back up
the
onto the
last fucking
Bitcoin thing
week.
for a second. It hit its all-time high 10 months ago. How is that a shittiest asset? Just because it's gone down since then, 10 months later, it doesn't mean we can't fucking rip twice as
It's
much
just not
in a
the
couple
focus right
months.
now. I think it's like the you're
But I
you're
want you
right.
to explain to
That's
me
why I
why you
just
think that. Like, what makes you think that it
I'm a
can't?
Fourier cycle theory guy, bro. I'm a TA guy, dude. Greek.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
don't look at the IBITs. I don't look at all the. It's just weird how all of a sudden we have narratives and all these news events that end up being bottom tickers or top tickers or
Yeah, but have you been
psychological fucking
listening to
thrillers
the?
for
Have you been listening
horrible
to what we're
shit.
talking about with the whole BlackRock thing and Big Bitcoin? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, dude. Yeah, you can fucking
so
ride
do you
that
believe
narrative
that or you
until
don't
like
believe
it's
it?
going.
Just-
Dude, I just stick to the charts. I've said that in every space, brother. I just stick to the TA and the charts. I don't ride narratives
But
for
you're a
anything.
Bitcoin guy, right? You own Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, no. I use my trading profits to buy Bitcoin. I'm actively
Okay.
buying Bitcoin every 2 weeks now. Now, between this whole cold storage thing, British's videos, I use Ledger Treasure, Exodus, as well as Coinbase. I'm probably gonna end up. I'm looking at the IBIT products.
So let me ask you
I don't.
this: if you're a 4 year
I
cycle guy,
yeah.
right? Okay, you think it's
Mhm.
going to be going down. What is there a particular date, or are you just thinking in October at some
Yeah.
point?
No, man. I have this bet with Joe Kelisari that the bottom's not in. He thinks the bottom's in. For me, it's either
Yeah,
Q4,
but
Q1.
just answer my
So
question. Okay, so you're saying Q4, Q1. You're saying can drag on, the bottom could
yeah,
drag on into Q1.
yeah.
And so,
It
what's your
really for me, dude.
target?
If Bitcoin does,
Do you have a target
if
price to
Bitcoin
buy back
does,
in?
well, it's not buy back in. I'm actively buying. We're down 50
Oh,
plus
so you're just
percent. I mean, that's
DCAing all
yeah.
the way
Yeah,
through.
yeah, for
Okay.
that. But like for my from now because I'm a futures trader, dude. I'm looking at a 2-3x position,
But
like
how
a
much
2-3x.
XRP do you have? How much
I don't
XRP do
know,
you have, bro?
brother.
Don't lie.
I no, I don't own XRP. I already told. I
Well,
told.
you posted in one of your posts that you were saying
Never,
XRP and Solana and Ethereum to the
never,
moon. I don't know.
absolutely never. I don't.
So, what's your shittiest shitcoin that you
Never.
have?
I don't. I don't have them. My current portfolio that I'm DCing in now is institutional bull run, institutional bear market. So I'm a big BNB guy, bro. I would take BNB over fucking ETH.
D and
That's
B.
just me, bro. BNB, yeah.
D and B.
BNB, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
just I just put one of his tweets in the thing. It talks about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Beyond B,
Busted.
TRX, hype. You're like a shitcoiner on fucking
No, no, no.
steroids, bro.
Crank,
Look at it. Okay, let's walk through
Busted.
that real quick. Hold on. Be
crank.
institute. Hold on. Hold on, Jacob. Institutional bull run, institutional bear run. Bear market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, BNB, Tron, hype. That is an institutional fucking bag right there, dude. What do you mean? Everything that we have.
That's a bag full of shit, if
What
you
are you
ask me.
talking about, dude? The big money flows through the fucking ETFs. Every single one of those assets that they're outside of BNB, Tron, and Hype but
Look at the
they're
charts, bro. Everything's down against Bitcoin. Look at
look.
the long term.
Well,
You have less
okay.
Bitcoin.
Let me tell you something, dude. Look at the Tron chart, and you tell me what the fuck you see. Look at pull up Tron. I fucking dare you.
Tron is a centralized shitcoin by a
Who gives a
scamming
fuck?
fucking.
Bitcoin's gonna be a centralized shit coin. What are you talking about?
What?
Thank you. Now
Holy
the truth
What
comes
the
shit,
out.
fuck
Now
are
the
you
truth
guys
comes
bro!
out
talking
from the
about?
Do you know
crypto
what
crank
space
fuck.
you're
China
in?
has
Holy shit,
800,000 fucking
Dude,
Bitcoin. What are you
I can
talking
spot
about,
these
G
freaking
Money?
clowns a mile away,
Shit, here
Greek.
we
You should
go.
just get rid of these
So what are you?
clowns.
bro!
I knew there was a reason to
Holy
unfollow
fuck! I
him.
did not realize until just now, G Money. Thank you for that.
This is what we
Holy
do.
G
This is
Money,
what
how
we
did you know
do.
right away? Like that he
Years. This takes years of fine tuning, which is why Natalie is up for questioning, but she's avoiding it thus far.
British, bring it. What questions do you have that I cannot
N-
answer? Go ahead, bring it.
Listen, what do you do? What do you do? Why are you all up in spaces if you don't own any Bitcoin?
I never said that. I say nothing. That's why you question me.
no, I can answer that for her. She is
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
here.
okay.
Greek.
You're gonna white knight now?
No,
Or
no,
you're gonna
Go
shut the
ahead,
fuck
Greek.
up?
no, she doesn't. She could care less about investments.
About
She
what?
wants
About
to be.
Bitcoin?
She wants to be the. Well, we're gonna make her the next
We're not
personality.
gonna make her anything. I'll tell you that much.
But you know what?
We
You
are
have to
not gonna
buy some
make her
Bitcoin,
anything.
Natalie, if you're gonna interview Saylor in a few years. You gotta own some.
Either you own Bitcoin and you're willing, yeah, I own
Are
some. I
you
don't know how
worried
much I
about your
fucking own.
safety, Natalie, to not say or what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's the
thank
fucking
you, Jungle
reason?
Girl. British, listen, you have to
Were you worried
understand
about your safety in
there
America?
are
This
It's
is
like
a
the
there
safe
safest
are
country on earth,
space.
no?
personal reasons why I do not share. Please respect that.
You
Thank
can
you.
say I own $100 of Bitcoin. That's it. It's over.
I can say that or I cannot say that. It's called
All
freedom.
right, cool. So why'd you want to be co-host in everyone's spaces then?
No, I don't. British. I only even joked about that
Don't
with you
lie,
because you
Natalie.
can't.
Now
There
you're
wasn't a
You
lying.
joke.
Don't
no,
fucking
you can't.
lie. We like having you, but don't lie that
Thank
you
you.
don't like it either. You love
No, I
being
love it.
co-host.
Everyone, I love it. I love it. Absolutely, I love it. Why am I not
So
co-host
answer his
now, Greek?
So
question. Answer his
that was a
question.
change tune in like 3 seconds. That was faster than Fred's pivoting.
Greek, why am I not co-host now? No, I'm just teasing. I'm
You know
teasing.
what? I can co-host you now, but you have to answer the question. No, you have to answer the question.
There's no question answering going on at all. We got
Yeah,
to understand about peptides. There's all kinds of questions. There's all kinds of questions to ask.
that's right.
There's all kinds of like puncher questions. There's all
So
kinds
yeah,
of questions.
I think Puncher put the snake in her house because she didn't
yeah.
support BIP-110. I
That's
got to be
right.
honest.
I
That's
think that
right.
why she's not talking is definitely related to Puncher and something.
Of course, you can smell this shit a mile off. Like it's just not. You're the only one that's falling for this, Greek,
Yeah,
No, the same
because
day
of the
I had a
voice.
I
snake.
have an
I had a.
excuse.
You can check. You can check your DMs, Greek and Jungle Girl. So you know, it's like, look. At the end of the day, it's. We got to figure out who these
Wait,
people
Natalie,
are.
I do want to know. Like, can we? Because everyone up on the stage been here for at least a couple of years. We've all answered the question as part of the initial initiation of the spaces. So I am curious as well, slightly.
Okay. I'm going through a transition in my life that's difficult. I'm going through a divorce, and my husband is probably sitting in the grease trap. So I don't speak. I don't speak. And I just hope you guys can
Is
respect
he?
Yeah,
that.
so you should
He's
probably
fucking
be off the
obsessed with you.
spaces then.
He's
I don't
Yeah,
know why
I
you
obsessed
would
with
be
probably
you.
on the
should,
spaces.
British, but I'm
You
here
know, you're
for
torturing
connection.
You want
him.
me to
You're
help you out with
torturing
that?
him.
Are
You're
you worried? Is he like a stalker or
Well,
something?
he probably is like so in love with her, and that's why she divorced him because he's like clingy and fucking all
Is he a
over her the
simp?
whole time. Yeah, and he's like, "Honey, I'll do anything for you," and she's like, "Dude, you're a loser." But now he's fucking, and you come now. You're doing it on purpose to upset him because you're like, "I'm gonna go and all these guys on space are
Yeah,
gonna
this is
want
girl
me."
math. This is
Yeah,
girl math going on
yeah.
right
So
now. You
she's
should
like,
just
No,
be
it's not,
silent.
but I'm allowed to live my life. Am I not? Am I not
Well, I don't
allowed to
know.
"Yeah,
do
You don't
yeah."
that?
I
seem
know a
like you're
lot of
allowed
girls
to
who
live
live
your
their
life.
life on fucking co-hosting every space on X. Yeah, yeah. I'm just
That's a
kidding.
really
I'm
good way to live a
kidding.
life.
Natalie, this
See
is
that?
part of the hazing exercise. So
Yeah,
just
I
That's
know.
take
right.
it
No,
and
no,
just
no, 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 no,
Stick
no.
around,
This is
girl.
not
But
a hazing exercise. This is the Bitcoin purity test right here. This is the
And
real fucking purity
so,
test.
Natalie, one thing for sure do not ever do when British is here, when you're on the space, is eat nuts while you're talking. Okay, just do not do that.
okay, noted. Why? That's
Because
weird.
Uh,
Fred was Fred was eating, and someone was like, "Fred, what are you eating?" It's like walnuts, and Bruce goes, "You have nuts in your mouth." Oh my god, it was the fucking best. But anyways, don't ever eat
you guys
walnuts.
take Fred so seriously. I've known Fred when he used to sit in our clubhouse rooms in the audience, and like, so I can, and like, you look at all these followers that Fred's getting. Like, you telling me the rest of the entire Bitcoin industry is not increasing followers, and Fred Krueger's fucking followers are going up, while the engagement is going down? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, yeah. I used to be one of those people who was afraid to say anything to Fred. Oh, can't say anything bad against Fred. And then I'm like, fuck it, man. I don't agree with what he says. I'm gonna speak up. And then once we got rid of JB Minor, the fucking dropper or muter guy, then I had more chances to do it. And now it's like we're buddies. Look, he's coming into the Greek space. Look at that. See, we're all one big happy family, and we're just gonna
We're
Yeah,
write
he
each
not,
other's
British
checks
we're
now.
not
pretends we're
Mars.
not buddies. British,
Who?
we're
Me and
buddies.
you?
Yeah, I love
We're
you
not
too, British.
buddies. No, I mean,
Yeah.
we might be buddies, but that doesn't mean that we're like, don't get too
I can
fucking
take your
comfortable.
Yeah, it
You've been
hazing.
here
doesn't
for
I
mean you're
three
off the
know
months.
hook.
you're
You've
like
been
just
here for
not
3 fucking
comfortable.
months. Let's not get too comfortable just because you're a
Yeah,
girl.
I am comfortable.
You shouldn't be.
And I take what you say with a grain of
There's a
salt.
snake in your house. You shouldn't be comfortable.
Okay.
I mean, the snake story might be fake, in which case,
He is
that's
British,
also.
and they take a long time to warm up too. So
No, I don't
No,
get
we're
it. I just don't
friends.
none of it
He
makes any
pretends we're not
sense.
friends.
None of it makes any sense. We're
He
not friends.
pretends
No,
we're not.
absolutely not. We're not. Well, this doesn't make. I've lived long enough in Bitcoin not to make friends with a lot of people too quickly. I don't know what your agenda is. I don't know how many peptides we're selling. I don't know what puncher got you in
I'm
here
not
for.
selling any peptides.
I
I'm
don't know
taking
about any
peptides.
of this. I don't know why someone who can't bring themselves under whatever circumstances say, yeah, I'm a Bitcoiner, is fucking co-hosting Bitcoin spaces. I'm sorry. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, British, let's ask the important question. Is Puncher's mental health okay? Natalie, do you know?
Yes, he's 100% perfectly fine.
Yeah, because
He doesn't
when
seem
he
very,
gets off
very
of
fine online.
when he gets off of listening to me, he goes on and turns on Dark Side reruns. So yeah, then he gets okay again. It's like one of those
No,
situations.
Puncher is good.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, this is not about Puncher. You're really good at deflecting. This is about you, right? And it's like that. That's just what it is. We don't trust as Bitcoiners. Too much trusting has been done in Bitcoin. And I don't get it when someone's randomly showing up and suddenly all over spaces, all over co-hosting, trying to beg for co-hosting. Like, doesn't make any sense to
British, I've
me. I'm
never,
sorry.
ever begged, ever for co hosting. People hand me the
Everyone has
mic.
seen everyone on this
Dude,
No,
stage.
I
no, no.
fell
Wait,
for
wait.
it.
I don't. How do I mute?
A
I don't know
pretty
how to mute, but.
face, pretty
Everyone, I don't
face.
know
She
how to
looks good
mute.
in
So you want to mute?
jeans.
So who do you want to mute? Tell us who you
She's
want to
from the
No,
mute.
I
As
want
UK.
to
someone who doesn't own any
explain.
Bitcoin, who doesn't
I want to
who do you want to mute
explain.
now? You want to come in a Bitcoin space, be co-host, not admit that whether you're a Bitcoiner or not.
You know why
And
she
now
does
she's
it?
wait, does
asking,
your
I
ex
don't know
husband
how to
control your
mute. So who do you
finances
want to
or something?
mute?
Is that why?
She wants to be co-host so she can bring up the agitators when they come in because they're like, get in there. And then when Puncher shows up, bring him up. And when, this
No, no, she
fucking
wants to
agitator
mute
comes in,
people. Who
bring
do you
him
want to
up.
mute so you can explain? Go ahead. Who do you want to mute? Why don't you just say you mute and we'll just shut up so you can expose yourself even more? How about that?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, go ahead, figure it out. I know who you want to mute. It's me. It's
Okay, did that work?
Uh-oh.
I think
Uh-oh.
it
yeah.
worked.
Of
Right.
course, she
Oh
muted
no, it
me.
didn't
Of
work.
course, Greek. It worked.
It didn't work. No, it
It did
didn't.
work. It did work. I just pressed the unmute button.
You got to
Welcome,
push the
Joe
big mute
Maybe
Colasari.
Joe
button.
could do some line of questioning.
No, there's no line of questioning
Welcome,
here.
Joe.
I
You
Welcome,
smell
can
Joe.
mute the
bullshit, and it
speaker.
will take a few months for people to
Unmute the
realize
whole
this is how
fucking
it is.
stage.
So, Joe,
You got
now
a
that you're here, I was in the
non-Bitcoiner
space earlier.
co-hosting a Bitcoin space with 188 Bitcoiners listening.
There's nothing new there, British.
It's true, and she's muting people now. Like it just is what it is. This is what happens. Like, and unfortunately, Greek is now the victim.
Natalie, are you Jewish?
But
We should ask that question too.
I'm not Jewish.
Oh,
Hi,
all
Joe.
right, are you
Welcome.
is your ex-husband Jewish?
He's Catholic.
Good evening.
All right. Joe,
Joe, I
listen,
bought
I
your
was in the
audiobook.
earlier
If
space
anyone
today.
wants to fucking admit that they have a brain, you need to buy Joe's audiobook right now.
Oh, thank you.
If you're not
Thank you.
buying Joe's audiobook, you're basically a loser, right? Because like this guy has been out here helping people understand what's going on in Bitcoin from his perspective for years. He's written some book, right? The least you can fucking do is go buy the fucking book. So stop being retarded, right? Like if you're not buying Joe's book, you're the one believing that Natalie's a real Bitcoiner and deserves to be a fucking co-host on Bitcoin Spaces. That's how retarded you are. If you're not buying Joe's book, I bought Joe's
What
book.
man
I'm
bullies a
waiting.
woman?
See, here
What
we go.
man bullies a
Greek, are
woman?
you ready for this? You see the pattern shifts here, Greek? You
Okay,
see
listen,
this
hold
shit?
on. I want to talk to Joe for a second. I finally get a chance to talk to Joe
No, no,
because
let her
Jamie
unwind. Let her
Miner.
unwind.
No, she's good. Natalie, are you good?
No, no, no. It's all about bullying
I'm
now. Yeah,
great.
we're
I'm
we're, we're on to
great.
bullying now.
I'm great,
Okay,
British,
Just
but
call me a
so
human
take a
trafficker
seat.
and throw me in prison. Why don't you?
No, I'm just saying, take a seat. Like, why are you coming
No,
so
this is
hard at
no, no,
me?
no, 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 no. This has been going on for
that's how
weeks
great
now. There's
marriages
been a lot
begin,
of
actually.
deflection going on for weeks.
Okay, British. One thing
What's
you
up,
should
Joe?
know is that the other night, at around 1 in the morning, a inebriated Jamie Miner went hard on Natalie. So you're following in Jamie's
No,
footsteps.
I'm
You got to
not
Well,
be
drunk
careful
though.
there.
I'm not drunk, and I've been asking Natalie. I'm going to ask you these questions at some point. You tell me when you're ready. So,
okay, well, I missed that part. I want to know all about that,
J-
Natalie, what he did
it's
to you,
fine.
because that's not cool.
I was in the room, Joe. I was listening to you trying to have a rational conversation with drunk Jamie.
So listen, Joe, you today with Falcon, what the part that was missing that you should have talked more about was the conviction in the asset. That was the part that was missing. They were trying to say, "Oh, you're doing this thing and you want other people to do what you do," and they weren't understanding what you were saying. But what they weren't
Well, that's a
understanding is
typical
that you
TradFi space. They don't understand anything. I mean, it's
yeah,
this is O'Hare and Falcon, two guys who have run money and underperformed virtually every major indices and asset for the last 20 years. But the fact that these people make money off of quote unquote balancing portfolios when most people could just be long-term investors in VU or QQQ and outperform them less their management fees is preposterous. And they get upset about that because I think they realize many Bitcoiners understand this principle.
it was driving me crazy the fact that I was screaming at my phone because I'm like, you guys don't even know what Bitcoin is. You have no idea. They're just their number go up guys who are trying to trade it or not, but they have no underlying conviction. They don't know what it is. And that's why people who understand it go with a higher percentage of their portfolio in a Bitcoin is because they understand it and they
Well,
understand
they
what
they would
the
say that's irresponsible, right? They would say it's irresponsible to have that high of an allocation. So you gotta meet people where they're at. I think it's dumb when you have a confidence level and you make yourself, very anti-fragile, like I was trying to explain to them, and they think, oh no, if you have greater than 5% allocations, irresponsible. That's the problem. No argument about conviction is going to ever sway them because
well,
they have no conviction. They have no conviction in
right.
their lives. They have no conviction in their investments. Their whole I mean, it's kind of like lawyers, right? A lot of lawyers, they order their lives to be risk averse and not take chances. And that leads to this sort of fear filled thinking where we have to order everything to make sure we don't get fired or make sure that people don't say, why did you lose me money this quarter? It's really kind of sick in a way.
Yeah. What do you think they would have said to the Wright brothers back then if they were around?
Say it's stupid. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, there are people that said this. There's a headline that ran the day after the Wright brothers had their historic flight, and it said, "Man will not achieve a flight again for 50 years." Talk about like the worst prediction, worse than many people's Bitcoin predictions.
And it's the same thing with Bitcoin. These people, they have no vision. They can't see for further down the road than right in
No,
front of them.
I kind of
Where
They
look.
don't get,
Their
but
their job is to be
they don't get
traders,
paid to have
though. Their
vision.
job is to be a
They don't.
trader, Joe.
No, no, it's not. Their goal is not to lose money. That is literally. If you talk to fund managers, they don't get fired if they return 6 or 7% return. They get fired when they have a down 20% or down 30% year. That is gets them fired. So their goal is not to make money. Their goal is to look good on paper and pretend and not cause stress and anxiety to the handholders that they have. That's what the goal is. It's not about making money.
Well, then in
It's
that
how not
case,
to
you just
lose
go
money.
a basket of sub 20 volt assets, sub 30 volt assets, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, let's buy Tupperware. Let's buy
Yeah,
Tupperware.
basically. So, but again, why are we even trying to get these people into Bitcoin? Doesn't make sense.
I wasn't. I went into the room and they started like, peppering me with questions. So, Greek, I don't know if you heard that. I didn't bring it's funny, I never
I don't
bring up
think you can
Bitcoin.
call that questioning, Joe. They were like badgering me more.
Yeah, it's fine. But half the time I go in those spaces, the TradFi spaces, I don't even bring up Bitcoin. They feel the need to bring it up just because I talk about Bitcoin and poke the bear.
Listen, you can't reason with these people.
Mars, you good?
They'll
Mars
change
had
their
a little
mind.
bit of an incident as well on
Did I?
Clubhouse. You good?
On Clubhouse, yeah, Clubhouse crash out. So
Yeah,
if you're gonna crash out, do it on Clubhouse.
agreed.
So apparently, big Bitcoin doesn't care about my kids now. Hey,
What's
Mars.
that mean?
Well, I'm reading Puncher's post here. It says doesn't give a shit about you or your
Oh
kids.
yeah, I
Sorry.
know. What an accusation! Can you believe
Is
that?
Fuck.
this a post from tonight? What happened?
I don't know. I was hoping you
Well,
could help us translate, Natalie.
You're the puncher
I'm happy
translator.
to.
Maybe that's the
I don't
value.
know what. Oh, is it in the nest?
Yeah. Puncher doesn't like Sailor.
Yeah, he called them the central bank of Bitcoin.
the new central bank of Bitcoin, whose sole priority seems to be hijacking a taproot exploit to bring stablecoins as the medium of exchange, trapping Bitcoin as a weak store of value, in brackets, same as they did with gold, doesn't give a shit about you and your kids. Sorry. Man,
It's
that
kind of funny. Like he still has BIP-110 in his profile, and it's like when you're wrong that much, along with like the Cratter guy, eventually you kind of like humble yourselves. And these guys are just tripling down on retardism. And I think Puncher may need some blood pressure medications. Maybe needs to take a big
He
hero dose
needs
of mushrooms or something,
testosterone.
dude. The guy's losing his
microdosing
shit.
He needs
LSD,
like 8
microdose.
grams and a blindfold in a dark
He
room.
needs
That's
Can we
what
get
he
some
him in
needs.
here? Can
rest.
we talk things out?
Natalie,
Yeah,
get
eight
him in
grams is the
here.
perfect dose.
Natalie,
Yeah,
get
get
him
him
in
in here.
here.
We'll talk things out real quick.
Bring Grandpa over.
He's not going to come in
Come
here,
on, why not? He's
But I
Don't
do
just
feel like
tell him
I'm the
not to eat
bridge.
any nuts.
Bitcoin today, Paula, and we talked about. She mentioned it's not kumbaya, but like just bringing everyone back together again, right?
You guys are
Um,
retarded.
No, we
no,
don't want to bring everybody back
But but
together. We
but
want to
that's
purge. Listen, we want to purge stupidity, Natalie. With all due respect, okay. So let me
Oh,
ask this
fuck.
question to you,
Natalie's
Mars.
like the
because
HR lady.
here's the thing, Natalie. I don't expect you to speak for Puncher. I expect you to speak for
She
yourself.
can't.
In the last several weeks, okay, have you, Natalie, seen or observed or heard anything Puncher has said that you vehemently disagree with? And if
Of
so,
course
what?
not.
Just let her answer.
Go ahead.
Joe,
Can
Joe.
you
Have
answer
you
any
have you
fucking questions,
seen?
Natalie,
She's a
or
No,
bot.
no?
no, no, listen. It's a very simple question. Have you
Talk about us
seen,
bullying you
heard,
more.
I'm a
Go
or
bot.
ahead.
I'm
observed?
a bot. One thing I will say, I know Puncher in real life.
Hey,
I
answer the
know him
question.
in
Can you
real
answer a
life.
single
I
fucking
know him
question?
in real
Just
life, and
pissing me off now. Single question. It's not even my question.
oh,
It's Joe's
Hey, hey,
question.
hey,
Joe's one of the
Natalie,
nicest people in the
British,
fucking space.
yes, I love
So
Joe.
answer the
Natalie,
He's great.
question then.
British knows me in real life, okay? And if I say something stupid, he's gonna say, "Joe, that's stupid," and he's gonna actually voice his opinion on it. He has done it many times over the years. So I don't understand. Have you seen, heard, or observed something Puncher has done over the last several weeks that you disagree with? And if so, what?
You guys, I have
Utter
to go.
silent
I'm sorry.
bullshit. Greek,
Oh,
this is
come
your
on,
fucking
Alex.
choice, Greek.
Oh,
She's
she's
This is your.
Switzerland.
Yeah,
leaving.
see you
Oh,
later.
Natalie.
Bye bye.
She's gone.
Fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't think that's an
That was
inappropriate
a
question.
that
I would
Joe.
We're
That
ask
was
trying
her.
to
the
break you
best
out of your
question
shell. Oh,
anyone
she
could have
ran.
asked.
We just want her to
Greek,
be her own person. You know?
Well, she needs to build up
Greek.
some.
This is like you understand Greek how you get hoodwinked. We've all been
I'm learning.
hoodwinked, Greek,
You can't.
in this
Look, it
space.
was a
I'm
respectable
fucking
choice.
learning.
It
I
was a
love it.
respectable choice for Co.
What did she? What British? What does she actually want though? What's the hoodwink?
I don't know
She's
what
the
the scam
Fed.
is. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I just have a sniff test, and the sniff test is not passing me.
Why would you leave at
Your
that question?
sniff
That's just a
test is
perfectly
Look,
correct.
legitimate
look.
question.
I'm
What
not
is it? Tell me why?
accusing
Why
her.
is my sniffer? Are
British.
you telling me
British.
She's
this?
I'm not accusing her of
suspicious.
doing anything. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah,
hold on, Asteroid. Number one rule on Greek spaces is you can't have a fucking Fred
Yeah,
Krueger
you gotta
mic
speak
issue.
up, bud.
Oh,
think
I'm
with
on
your
the computer.
chest.
I gotta. Is it?
So you can't be
Is it
fucking
better
sitting
when
on
I'm
the
Yeah,
close?
couch and
yeah.
your mic's
Hold the
10,
mic
20
to
feet
your
away.
face.
I'm on the computer. I'm using the speakers. Does it sound like
Get
shit?
closer to it.
Get closer.
Let me grab my phone. Let me
Yeah,
grab
you
my
got
phone.
to eat that
Go
mic.
closer,
Eat
bud.
it.
Let me get my phone.
Anyway, listen, look, she's
Yeah,
just there's
that's
just
better.
something weird about her. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You got she's hoodwinking Greek, she's hoodwinking everyone, and now she's like on Bitcoiner spaces trying to mute Bitcoiners when she can't admit that she has a fucking Bitcoin. Like, what are we talking about here? This is we're dealing with someone we don't know who the fuck they are. I'm sorry, it's just a fire test.
I must admit, she hypnotized me with those eyes, and I let her in.
She
She's
wants to
nice.
steal
I
your
like her, but
Bitcoin, Greg.
the puncher thing, I'm still learning. I'm still learning, but she's kind of fetish, like she's fetty because she just came out of
She's
nowhere,
trying to
and
steal your core
now
card.
she's like, yeah, maybe she's trying to get. That's what I'm waiting for. I get guys who DM me and they're like, "Hey, man, I'm your buddy. I'm your buddy," and then next thing you know, they fucking send me some shit coin thing that they're doing, and I'm like, dude, that's insta block.
Do you
What
think
the
there's any
fuck?
chance she's AI?
Anyways,
Do you think there's any chance she's AI?
No, I don't think she's
Like a
AI.
Fable
I
AI
don't think
that's
she's
really
no.
AI.
advanced?
No.
That'd be awesome.
If it
Yo, that'd
is,
be
it's a really
wild.
good
She's
one.
FBI.
That would be
That's
fucking
gonna happen
awesome. I'd allow
eventually.
her back in. I'd give her a
No, guys,
co-host if
I've
that was
actually met
true.
her in person. I met her Punch and Dark in person in Vegas at the Bitcoin conference. I think she is going through a hard time, and I think they tried to get her into a space to maybe take her mind off it and stuff. So I think she's just trying to learn the community. To be honest with you, I don't think she's a bad actor. I think she's just very new, and she's trying to do something nice
And
and
she's
new.
vulnerable. She's
Yeah,
like,
she
imagine
is.
fucking
Yeah.
Dark
So
Yeah,
side
that
one
means she needs to
side,
sit in
Version
the
needs to do a
Puncher on
little
the
bit of
spaces
both, but
other.
and
it's fine.
chill out, not be co-host.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
fine.
being in their backyard and you're in your patio chairs and you got Puncher on one side, you got Dark side on the other
Yeah,
side.
you'd
You're
be
having
fucked.
some
Mentally, you'd
wine,
be fucked.
and they're just
It sounds
fucking
like the
in
worst
each
Just
party.
ear.
riffing.
You're going, just listen
They're
to me,
just
just
dooming
listen
and
to me.
booming.
Yeah, I mean, fuck,
That
that'll brainwash. That's how cults will
It
happen,
sounds
right?
like a funeral.
sounds kind of fun, actually. For a night, I'd doom and boom with those guys.
That would be fucking fun if
I've
you could
done
get
it.
that
I've
on
Just
done
get
it
them
with one of
on
going,
them.
just gas
camera.
them up.
I've done it with one of them on a
That would
carriage.
be fucking awesome.
Just
Gassing them
gas them
up
up. Just
with fucking
mention Japanese bond
trigger.
Yeah,
market and
bro.
just see what they say.
I remember Darkseid telling me that Joe Carlosari is a Fed. This is so funny. He was like, "Yeah, Joe's definitely a Fed." I was like, "There's no way Joe's a fucking
Yo, I
Fed."
remember that kick. Yeah, I remember when they all thought he was a Fed.
No,
They're
he was
like,
telling
this
me
guy
this
came
on
out
the
of nowhere. It's
carriage.
like Joe's been around for 5 years at
He was
least.
telling me about this on the carriage, going around Central Park, New York, smoking cigars on the horse and carriage. We were talking about Joe
And
being a Fed.
Shapiro, Zach Shapiro as well.
That's Zach Shapiro.
Yeah.
Works for BPI. It's like, yeah, noted.
No, they had a conspiracy that the entire BPI works for the feds, like everyone.
CIA.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, British,
They
on the
fed
topic
into
of
it because they had the
cigars.
ex-CIA director speak at the event, so it worked.
Yo, British,
Yes, sir.
on the topic of cigars, what's your go-to?
If I'm in America, I like Padrones. If I'm anywhere else in the world, I lean towards Cuban Partagas.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, we're gonna limit cigar talk tonight. We're gonna talk bullish Bitcoin. So
Greek, you're gonna
So
learn this, right? I had to learn this as well when I was running rooms on Clubhouse. Like, there's gonna be people that show up and want to take part because they want some kind of attention. You don't know what it is. You don't know why the fuck they're here. But you got to get good at that. Like, you got to get good at sniffing them out because they'll be coming 100%. They'll be coming. They want some kind of brand. They want to build something. They want to sell something. Like, you don't know what it is, but it's gonna happen.
yes, I'm learning. I'm learning. I remember Lioness.
Oh yeah,
Holy
yeah,
fuck! And
yeah.
then you
Like, we
got
just
Dr.
literally just ask, do you own Bitcoin and what percentage? Like, even the doctor earlier, right? Whatever her fucking name is.
And they just snap.
They
They fucking
break.
lose their shit. Like it's crazy. It's like like in Austin Powers when he fucking gives them the look and the robots fucking
Yeah.
explode. That's what the question does to them.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You ask the question, "Do you own Bitcoin?" and they just fucking wig out and explode.
100%. So you got to do this, man. I don't care how much you like people. Like, I've learned this the hard way. I don't know how much. It doesn't matter how much you like people. You got to put them through the fire test, the Bitcoin fire test.
Just letting some people up here. Asteroid, how's your mic, Asteroid?
1 second. I think it's better, right?
Yes, that's
You
much
can't use
better.
the computer, you know?
Dude, you were making me fucking laugh when I saw your lawn care fucking profile.
No,
I was like on the fucking floor, bro.
it's a lawn care company. No, I agree with British. Like, there's a lot of these people that they come out of nowhere. They're all of a sudden around all the time, and they often don't even know about Bitcoin. It's a little bit weird. She didn't do anything bad, but it's a little bit bizarre, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think she was malicious, though. I don't think so.
Anyway, BlackRock's winning. Okay, so we're all good. Big
Yeah.
Bitcoin's
Hey,
here.
how about World Liberty getting their own like bank
I don't think
charter
they got
with
it
Trump?
yet. Did they? Someone was saying they hadn't got it yet, but something was going on. Did they get it?
Yeah, that was
I
Dr.
think they
Crypto. I
got
was
it. They
asking.
actually did get it.
So I was asking what the deal was with that. I'm like, what does that mean? Like how does that roll into Bitcoin being bullish? Could someone tell me that?
Well, they're allowing crypto companies to become federally chartered banks. Like that's what it was approved. So like that's massive. That's
But
huge.
if the banks are already on the arc, what does that matter?
You want to expand out. You want to listen. Everything's about branding, right? So you want to. What's going to end up happening here is that all of this is going to get consolidated into the few winners ultimately. So you want to expand out as wide as you can, get all of that liquidity in, and then eventually the bigger players will buy up the smaller players. That's how this is going to work out.
Well, but this is also like how the banks can actually revitalize themselves, right? So like currently banks just rehypothecate, right? They hold like what 10% of deposits, even if that. And so allowing them to be a federally chartered bank allows them to issue their own stablecoin, but they can only issue their own stablecoin if they have the treasuries and the assets to back that up, which, you have to back that up 1-to-1. So what's happening is Trump is forcing all of these banks to basically adapt. Either you dehypothecate, right? You actually need some fucking reserves if you want to issue your own stablecoin and be a private bank, but you're gonna basically have to adopt this new technology and you're gonna have to add assets to your balance sheet. And that's like a good thing, I think, because who knows how many banks are actually underwater right now if all of them came in for their, redemptions.
Yeah, it's working out. It's working out in an interesting way, but I don't expect most people to understand what the fuck's going on here. Actually,
So all they get to do is manage and hold assets on behalf of customers and settle payments. It does not generally permit deposit taking or lending. So they're just basically going to be issuing their own stablecoin, it sounds like, which is I think USD1.
yeah. And a lot of people think that's a bad thing. I don't. I think that's a good thing.
It's huge. It's a great thing. And then you got Percent saying he's going to enact all the rules for the Genius Act on January 18th, I believe, 2027. So it's freaking happening, folks.
Yeah, it's funny how they were like, "Yeah, we're going to push it through Congress," and that didn't happen. So yeah, we're just going to do it anyway, which is
Wait, but
exactly what I said was
I
going to
got a
happen.
question though, guys. Like, if we're all so bullish about this happening, like, why are they making it look like it's some kind of 50-50 between the camp of Warren and shit?
Because it allows you to use political. There's political shit going on as well, right? Like if they say that the Democrats failed this, now you can use that as a political weapon and obviously still pass it through.
Well, didn't Fong Lee also say that if Congress didn't sign it, the executive orders were going to put it through anyways? Like the rules were in place? Or am I talking about something different? Sorry,
No,
I
like
wasn't.
Trump's going to get it through no matter what. So, like the CFTC, the SEC, the OCC, like they're all working in conjunction under Trump and his administration to bring about the American crypto revolution. So, and like the Bitcoiners get all freaked out, like, oh, it's not Bitcoin only. He's got all these shit coins. Like, Bitcoin is anti-fragile, guys. Like, Bitcoin's going to beat all the shit coins. So, like, stop worrying about it.
Yeah,
Let
it's the
everybody
base.
freaking have it. What's that?
It's the base layer. It's the foundation that
Yeah,
everything
so
else
and
is
so
going to
everybody
come
freaks
off of.
out that Trump's not a Bitcoin maximalist, but in the end, it doesn't even matter because like those people have to compete with Bitcoin. Like, good fucking luck, but you might as well have Bitcoin beat them all anyway. So like, let everybody play. See what you can do, bro. You
But
know?
they're going to all eventually have to get on the arc. They're going to have to, if you can't beat them, join them. Like what Saylor's doing with STRC, I think what his vision is that all the banks are going to adopt this. They're going to offer their 8%. They're going to pocket the other 4, and they're going to be happy, and everybody's going to be happy. Like, I mean, that's where the big institutional adoption is going to come in. And that's why I love that STRC flywheel. I know Astrid loves it, but I mean, I'm bullish on that shit because once they figure it out, where I can't beat this, I have to join it. Then the STRC flywheel fucking flies even harder. Where everybody's in on STRC, they're buying Bitcoin fucking heavily and cash, and it just continues on and on, self perpetuating, no fucking gas required. I mean, that's how I see it. That's what I'm getting out of when I'm listening to Saylor talk. That's what I think I'm hearing. And that's why I'm asking you guys, because I am the dumb Greek, so I don't know half the time what I'm talking about. Yeah, shut up fast, right? But like that's what I think is gonna happen. Like they eventually we're gonna get to the tipping point where you have to, if you can't beat them, you have to join them. Like they're gonna anyone who's still fighting them, anyone who's not on the arc yet is eventually gonna fucking get on the arc because they're gonna realize we have no other choice.
I'm bullish,
Like
man.
this is our only.
We we have we
I
have
mean, how can
we
you
have
not be
exhausted
bullish
all
on that?
sellers outside of Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor's dumping, and we just have a fucking rock right up 63,000. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that makes me bearish is I was watching CNBC for a while today, and like every single one of those talking heads was like, "Oh, I'm so bullish. There's nothing that can stop this market now. It's coast as clear as far as the eye can see," and every single one of them agreed.
Which
Just
market?
the overall markets. These are just like finance,
Oh,
like
fuck.
TradFi guys, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
So we're gonna have a
Like
stock market crash. Is
literally
that what you're
every
telling
single
me?
one was like, "There's almost nothing that can stop it." It was like it's a guarantee. Like I mean, they were just overwhelmingly bullish, and
That's so
I know I was
fucked.
like, "Oh fuck, dude!" Like I only saw. I remember seeing that like it's been years, but usually it's a bad sign. Yeah.
So do you guys know that guy that runs Swan who's doing these videos now? He's starting to
Yes.
post
Yeah.
videos.
Corey?
Okay, so he posted a video today because like for me, my gut, I'm always been a gut guy, right? So my gut's been telling me all this big AI talk is fucking freaking me out, right? I'm like, it's just there's people are just too
Malik, I gotta send you
excited
this
and it
clip,
makes
man.
me nervous.
I
And
gotta send
then
you
I
this
heard
clip.
him, that Swan guy, fucking did his posts. Yeah, posted the nest. And then the Swan guy sent his post, and he's like, 5 ways where they could get themselves in trouble. And he was talking about how all the money that they're investing, the monetization of AI is not going to really catch up to the investment side of things, and there's going to be a rug going on there somewhere. And I'm just
Just
like, that's exactly how I feel. Like fucking
Greek,
people are
just be
too
careful with
excited.
the just be careful with the Corey guy. He's got TDS. He's got
Oh, does he really? Oh
yeah, he's got
fuck.
major TDS and
He's
TDS
Jewish
in both
too.
ways. He's got right. He's a Zionist. He's got tethered derangement syndrome and Trump derangement syndrome. Like
And
Oh
I
let
don't
me
know
shit,
add
what.
I
some
didn't know
history to
that.
this. He's got British Huddle derangement syndrome as well. Because on Clubhouse, we used
Okay.
to
Well,
have
that
Probably been
changes
hiding for a
everything.
job.
on
So yeah.
Clubhouse, we used to like they
Have
went
you
on this
applied,
like when they figured
Asteroid?
out who I really
What?
was, like in real life.
Did you
They
apply to
went on this
Swan?
like
Yeah, I reached out to him about a
Anyone
job,
who has fucking TDS, I cannot
and
take
he
seriously.
ignored
I'm
me.
sorry. You're
he's
you're that
major. You
fucking
know
He
why he
dumb.
got
ignored you, dude. He
Greek?
thinks he's better than you.
Yeah, he fucking saw the message and ignored me. I was like, okay, wow, great.
Yeah,
All
how
right.
dare they ignore asteroid? Anyway, like they basically Greek. He got annoyed at me because I refused to promote Swan. And I refused to promote it. I was like, guys, like, what kind of fees you gonna give me? And they're like, we'll give you 20% of our fee for 2 years. I was like, I'm not giving you a client for 2 years. Like, I'm giving you a client in perpetuity. I need fees in perpetuity. And then I actually had some people that I'd got employed at Swan, right? They wanted jobs or whatever, so I put them forward and everything like that. And there used to be a fucking war room. Like there used to be a team meeting about British Huddle in Swan's offices. This is years ago. So they're just cooked, mentally fucking cooked. Their conference business probably makes more money than the Bitcoin exchange itself, but they shut that down because that's intelligent.
Well, that explains a lot. He's obviously pumping Swan, so everything he says now. And if he's TDS, I have no
He tried
fucking
to go
respect for
for
that.
he
Well,
tried to go
no,
for an
no.
IPO.
Well,
No one wanted to do a reverse SPAC or a reverse merger into
Yeah.
it. Like
But
well,
but
the,
but
the, the,
aside from all that, like, tell me, am I the only one who's like a little bit squeamish on how bullish everybody is on AI so early? Like
Greek.
I'm
I
good
wasn't until
long
I saw the
term.
video today, and like every analyst was like, "Man, it's basically a guarantee." That is such a fucking bad
That's
sign, bro.
fucking. Did you post
I'm
to the
looking for it right
nest?
now. It was
Oh my
there was a
god,
bunch of
post it.
clips,
I'll
dude. I
have to
had it up for
watch
like
it.
2 hours, and I was like, it was just like max bull, and
Yeah, that's
it's a
fucking
fucking
scary, man.
terrible
No
sign, man.
way.
Because they're never. Because
Yeah.
I only watched.
And not even them, Asteroid. Like every space you're on, like you got the fucking AI Bitcoin guy.
Well,
Like
it's worse
he's
when the mainstream
he's
guys get on your
pushing
side
it.
because like they're always bearish. Do you know what I mean?
There was like
Because
600 people in his space today, and
no,
they were fucking
well, those
talking
guys
about
are
AI.
always
And I
bearish,
was
but
like, what
the
the
fucking TradFi
fuck?
guys are always kind of bearish, and usually when they flip over to the other side, that's usually near the top, man. So when I heard that, I was like, God damn
Yeah,
it. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm fucking treading really
Because
lightly
for
on that
whatever
shit,
reason they
or
just
like
have they
short
have a
term.
bearish bias. You know what I mean? Like the kind of the guys on TV. I'm sure you've noticed that. I'm trying to find the fucking clip. It was a couple of clips today, so I have to look through this.
Yeah, that's posted the nest. I'd like to see that. But yeah, that scares the shit out of me, man. And the good thing about Bitcoin is like there's none of that. I have no fucking worries. Like I know what Bitcoin is, and I don't. It doesn't matter what FUD comes through, or what people say, or what I hear, or how bullish we are, or how bearish we are. I'm just. It's like a steady. It's a steady fucking line, and I'm just calm. I'm calm the whole time, understanding what, like, I can see the future, right? And do have a high time preference, so it's not something that it bothers me. But this shit, you see everybody circle jerking and having a good old time. I'm like, you guys better be careful. That's all.
Greek, Greek,
Just be fucking
Greek. What
careful.
percentage of your net worth is in Bitcoin?
I think it's 15. I think it's a little more than 15.
Why so low?
1.5. I'm out.
Why
Yeah.
I'm out.
why so low?
What the fuck?
Well, because I'm early. I'm
That's
early,
pretty
right?
fair.
Like
That's
I
pretty
just got
fair,
in.
Joe.
I'm not even a
That's pretty
year.
fair, Joe.
I'm not even a year. But I mean, I have a lot of money though. That's still a lot of
No.
money.
15.
Well, when I was
Well, I mean,
allocating,
I don't know.
when I
You
was
know what?
allocating, I
I'm
allocated
Moses
lying. Let me
directly
work
into
it
Moses in
out.
a
Bitcoin.
fucking island in Greece. What part do you guys not
Hold on. Let me
understand?
work it out. You know what? Listen, I'm the dumb Greek. I don't know. Let me do the math and let me get back to you.
I don't think
Stand by.
that's
You
It,
guys
bad.
it
talk amongst
it'd be
yourselves.
Joe,
hilarious if
how
it's
is
like
that bad?
85% and he has it backwards. That would be really
Oh
funny.
no, it's not that.
Joe,
No, no. Listen,
how is it?
I'll be
How is it bad
honest.
at 15% though? Because over like a
I
period of
didn't
4 or
say it
5,
was bad. I was just kidding. I was
it
just
will
kidding.
it will grow. It will
Yeah,
grow.
no, no, no.
Greek.
I just so here's my situation. I'll tell you. I just got my self custody of all my investments back from my advisor. Okay, who was charging me fucking 25 grand a year just to fucking invest in an index fund. So I just finally got them out of my life, and now I self custody everything.
How do you self custody stocks?
Well, no, I just took my like all my IRA money. I got it out of the investment company that was dealing with for me. Now I do it myself
Yeah,
through
yeah,
an
that's fine. But that's not
online.
self
But
Just
custody.
don't self
You're not
custody on
self.
a cold
You're
card.
No,
not.
what I
self-directed. Self-directed.
no self
But it
directed
doesn't
is
As
what I
long as
meant.
honestly
it's
I
not on a
Self.
cold card, you're good.
honestly it doesn't
No, because I called these fuckers and I was like, "Hey, can I like this was in 2020. I called them and I'm like, "Hey, can I get some gold? I want to get some gold." I'm like, "Oh no, you know, we do
gold
our
shit,
own
bro. Come
thing.
on.
Yeah, we don't really do that. You know, we have our
Or
investments
leave
that
it
we
with
pick."
us
And
and they
I'm like,
take your
"Fuck
fees and
me."
take 25% of it.
And then in 2023, I was like, "Hey, is there any Bitcoin things I can choose and pick?" And they're like, "Oh no, Bitcoin's really risky and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then finally, I got it. Now it's all in my thing. It's all in self-directed. And a year ago, I got into Bitcoin, so I started very aggressively. And I'm gonna do the math, and I'll let you know. Well, I mean, it's not a fucking small amount. It's
Here's
a
the thing,
pretty good
Greek.
amount.
I only allocated like 10 or 15% at the time years ago, but it grew so much more where it became like 40 or 50%. Do you know what I mean? So it'll become that anyways over time. So it doesn't even matter.
And that's what I'm doing now, right? Like
It
I'm
doesn't even, yeah, you don't
DCAing
need to allocate
now.
40%. It'll become 40 or 50%. That's what happened to
Exactly.
me.
And
It
that's
wasn't,
what I'm
yeah. So
doing.
it just, you can just do what you're doing.
Like I have to keep a good safe amount in, my index
What
fund
index fund is
for
that?
the family. It's
Just like
VOO.
QQQ. I don't, yeah.
Well, I was looking at that too, and isn't QQQ down
You
right now?
guys are
Like
talking
way
about all this
worse
shit
than
about AI
VOO.
and then saying buy QQQ asteroid. Like
Yeah, but for, I'm
Yeah.
talking, that's for the trade,
Anyways,
that's for the
bottom
next
line is
uh,
phase.
I have
That's
my
for the
I
next
have
phase.
my like
this is the
Joe
guy
said,
that's
like Joe was
bearish on
talking
MSTR.
earlier.
So we know how much we got to
So
listen
So
Joe
to.
was talking earlier about how he had, listen, if Bitcoin goes to shit, he's not going to affect his life. He still has his retirement. His kids still have their things that they need and all that. And that's kind of my situation. I have my safety money that's good and safe, and then everything else is in my Bitcoin and MSTR kind of lot, right? And that's how I like it. It's nice. It's nice to be in that situation because it's like, okay, honey, here's you can look at this. This is yours, and this shit over here, don't look at it because it's
may I
mine, and
suggest
then
some
we're
bonds?
down. But in bonds,
Get
two
some
percent.
S-Govs. Some
What's the yield on that?
3.8, man. The fucking shit's gonna make you rich as fuck,
Holy
bro. Woo!
fuck, 3.8.
Yield.
Damn,
I
I'm
got yield coming out
borrowing.
of my
I'm gonna go
eyeballs, bro.
leverage. I'm gonna take 500 grand out of my HELOC, and it's like what 5%, and I'll go to an STRC. I'll get 12. Fucking, I'm making 7. Look at that. As long as everything goes perfectly.
I've never even thought of that arbitrage. That's funny. All the things I've thought of over the years, I've never even thought of that.
I mean, listen, if you really like, if you're single, especially, and you don't have like people relying on you, I mean, it's a fucking great arbitrage. Why wouldn't you do it? I would do it if I didn't have other people relying on me, right? But I mean, why wouldn't you if
It's
you
like funny
believe in
because
the
it's just like
asset?
if you're able to lose all this money, if you're single and you're able to lose, if you're willing to lose your house, yeah, it's a great opportunity. If you can't, I'm
No, it's
kidding.
not the it's more just you're not hurting anyone else. You're just hurting yourself if it goes sideways. But again, because nothing's guaranteed. But if you believe, like I believe in Bitcoin, like I believe that we're gonna come out of this bear market, and I'm gonna be fucking laughing in a couple of years or 3 or 4. I don't know how long, but I've given myself 10, right? So I've given myself 10. The problem with these fucking spaces in this community is that you find yourself looking every day. And you're like, what the fuck? You said 10 years and now you're looking every day? Like, I don't get that. Like, that's how they mind fuck you, right? So you got to be really careful, and you just got to stick with your conviction and don't get astray. Don't let them sell you out of your Bitcoin. You guys saw me post the other, whatever, a couple weeks ago, where I was like, fuck it, maybe I'll just sell it all and get the fuck out of this space. It wasn't because of Bitcoin. It was because the Bitcoiners. I was just so sick of being associated with these
They're a bunch
people.
of
I was like, I
chodes,
don't
man.
want to.
Chode ostriches.
Yeah, I'm like, why do I have to fucking share this space with these assholes? And I was like, that's what I didn't like. And then I got over it, and I fucking went to work. You get up and you be a fucking man.
Greek.
Yo,
I want to know what everyone's Western Union exposure is.
holy fuck. You know what I can't wait for, Volatility? I can't wait to go to a brick and mortar to cash in some Bitcoin for some fiat. That's going to be fucking awesome. I mean, that's what I'm waiting for. I can just walk in with my fucking cold card into a brick and mortar Western Union and cash in some cash. Yeah. Fuck.
I have all my
Really.
assets in Western Union. I'm a Western
Oh,
Union
fuck. You're going to be
maximalist.
rich. You're going to be rich. You know what? It's going to become, if I were them, I would just sell it all to the Catholic Church. Say, I got fucking thousands of churches for you.
My
The
quant,
night,
And they're
the
already
Knights of
built.
my
Columbus.
quant is O'Hare.
Yeah, they're already built. You just got to build the altar, put a cross on the top, and you're done. Like you'll have a fucking parish in every country, multiple. That's where I would.
This
I
is
would
the
just sell it all
law.
and buy Bitcoin. Sell all those brick and mortars,
Dude,
buy
all these
Bitcoin.
people with accents on here get so famous. Joe Harris, he's not even from the East Coast, and it's like a New York accent. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, wait, Evan. I thought that too. I asked him numerous times, aren't you from New York?" And he's like, "No, I was. What do you mean? I never." I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't understand. It's like a deep New Yorker.
"How the
Like
fuck
it's
does he have
some
a New
East.
York accent and he wasn't from there? He like lived there for a little bit or something. I guess.
I don't know. I thought, where is he from? California, I
Yes, I
guess
think
originally.
so. I asked him about that too. I'm like, "Why do you sound like you're from New York if you never if you didn't grow up there?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I don't know. It's weird.
He adopted it on purpose. It's all marketing. It gets
Is
you more
English his
attention.
first language, or does he have a
Yes,
second?
I
Are
think
you
so.
sure?
yes,
I mean, he might have
100%.
lived in
Yes.
There's a
Manhattan, I
lot of
think,
people.
but I
There's a
don't
lot of
know.
people with New York, like they sound like they have a New York accent, but they're actually it's more like their second language, and they sound it's a mix with the Eastern European and
Was he
like
born in
No,
English
he's
Poland?
not.
mix.
He had to have
Was
been
he born
born
in
in.
Poland? He might have been.
No, I
Joe would
don't think
know.
so. Wait, is his last
It
name
doesn't
actually
matter where you're
O'Hare?
born, where you were born. I was born and raised in New York, but English is not my first language. So
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
What
that's
doesn't
is
what
your
it is.
first
It might be
language?
Eastern.
Greek.
I think his parents are from Poland though, and I have a friend. His parents are. He was born here, but his parents were from Russia, and he kind of has a
Wait,
Russian accent.
I'm here. What's up,
What?
British? What's up, British?
What's up?
Someone said Greek. Who was
oh no,
it?
nobody said Greek. No, somebody. Nico was
Nico
born in
said
Greece.
Greek.
Yeah, he was born in Greece.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my
Wait,
bad.
Greek, are you
My
in
bad.
Greece
Talk
right
to
now?
me.
You got Grain is
No.
sitting in the fucking audience, and you're allowing fucking Asteroid to have these dumb conversations. Can you bring Grain up and so we can talk about something actually intelligent?
Hey, Natalie's coming back. She said she's coming back. But let's
Go
get
ahead.
Gray. I just
Hey,
invited
Greek.
him
I
up.
bet you make her a co-host again. I bet. I bet you do. That's what
It's
happens
those
when
jeans.
someone
She
has
looks really good in
15%
jeans.
in Bitcoin. You don't know how to stand up to these people.
Hold on. I got to do the math on that first. I'm doing that actually. So I'm doing that right now. Where's Grain? Why isn't he accepting? Is he up? No,
He's
he
not even
left.
here.
Grain
Yeah.
Grain is a San Francisco woke retard that doesn't know his head from
No,
his
come
ass.
on,
So I
G
don't know why you
Yeah,
Money.
bring
he's
him up.
Come on,
TDS
G
too. He's
Money.
big time
Granted, come
TDS.
on. What are we doing right now?
He is
We're
TDS
on the
though. It's
winning
He's
true.
fucking
got
I just
team
major
want to
here.
say,
TDS. He's got his head up his
He
ass.
does not
He's
have
a
but
fucking
he's
TDS.
moron.
He's
MSTR
on
bullish,
he's
so
on Team BlackRock. Like that's it. It's over.
he gets the
Team
pass.
BlackRock.
Yeah, he gets the
Listen, G Money.
pass.
Team BlackRock is one level higher than Team Trump. Okay, that's how this works.
Are you
Yeah,
are
but
you
he was
fucking
also
serious right
he was
Yes,
now?
I'm
also a
fucking
big
Trump
serious
bitcoin
literally
right
guy.
now.
assigned the fucking federal chair, bro. Kevin Warsh. Trump has the biggest fucking nuts out there, man. You got
Dude,
to
we're not going to
understand.
argue about who's got the biggest nuts, Larry Fink, the controller of all money, or President Trump, okay? We're not going to do this. All right? Yeah, they're both powerful. We're both up there, okay? We're not going to turn into the Bitcoiners now. All right? We're both good. We're both taken care of.
I think Rain is still in here. You can still get him up.
Yeah, I see him down
You,
there.
you, the funny thing is, Greek sounds very
There he
Canadian.
is. He's on stage now, finally. Guys, you need to be friends. You got Team Trump, Team BlackRock, Team everyone, Team Big Bitcoin.
Yeah. So let me be straight. Um, I want Bitcoin treasury companies to be successful. So they buy the magical Bitcoins. The price of Bitcoin goes up. We all get richer, and we can talk about what we'll do with the
Cut out?
sovereignty. And we can all talk about what we're going to do. That's it. Did you hear what I said?
I think I cut out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All
What
right,
I
now
said
I
was,
can hear you.
Greek, can you hear me? Greek.
Greek is
Sorry, yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm doing the math for
No
these
worries.
guys.
I just
So
want I will restate that again so British can hear it. Look, I want Bitcoin treasury companies to be successful and I want BlackRock to be successful and Fidelity to be successful because the plebes, whatever they want to call themselves, and the toxic Bitcoin maximalists cannot drive the price of Bitcoin up. It is impossible waiting for people to buy Bitcoin, for them to buy any Bitcoin at any level that makes sense. So if those entities are successful, they will buy Bitcoin, meaning BlackRock, Fidelity, Strategy, Strive, and so forth, and they will force the price of Bitcoin up. That's where I stand. That's it. I What else can I say? I
yeah.
think strat.
okay, you guys got to talk amongst yourselves while I do the math here, guys. So I can't do both things at one time. So someone run this while I do the
Rain, I'm
math.
sure a lot of people didn't hear the Q&A from MicroStrategy today. Could you break that down if you get your 10 man
Yeah.
on?
I'll break that down. So there's basically I think that there was like two takeaways that or there were a couple questions that came out that I liked. One person asked, would you get to 30 to 50 billion dollars in cash? And he basically said, we will increase our cash position significantly. Strategy will get to $6.7 billion in cash. This is me thinking about this right now. I've done polls on this. That will take their net leverage to zero. And so they view cash now as a strategic asset very clearly. And so that will happen. The other thing is that I had asked a question that was asked to Saylor, and the question was STRC when that gets back to par, which is their number one goal right now, because it trades at a discount. Once that gets back to par, my question was, would you use the stretch proceeds to buy back MSTR or to increase the cash position and just not buy the magical Bitcoins? And his response was, we're open to doing almost anything with when stretch gets back to par. And then he went on a 3-minute explanation that the reason why he likes buying back stretch right now is because it trades at, it was $94 and change today. So he buys that at a discount, whereas MSTR shares are currently at 1.06 MNAV. So it makes sense for them to buy back STRC because it's at a discount in the open market. And so he's going to so that's their priority. And once that flywheel starts working, STRC will get back to $100. Pick whenever, next week, 2 weeks, maybe sooner. Once STRC gets back to par, then the flywheel will kick back into gear again. And I think we'll see on these spaces, it'll be how much Bitcoin will strategy acquire by the end of the year. And I think that's a takeaway. If you want to listen to his, hour-long questions, that's the priorities. The big difference is the cash part. Prior to December of 2025, there was no discussion about why strategy need to hold cash. And now they hold $4.8 billion in cash. And I want to give one other quick thing. Strategy used $1.4 billion in cash to buy back the converts. So 1.4 plus 4.8 is $6.2 billion. Strategy has raised $6.2 billion in cash from December 3rd, 2025 till now. And if somebody would have said, if you're going into a bear market, let's assume that you're a Bitcoiner and you're going into a bear market, it's like, wow, what would you want to do? You'd want to hold cash because then you'd be able to like, hey, I could buy Bitcoin in the bear market. So basically, Strategy kicked this off in December, and they had $2.25 billion in cash in early January, and they did the prudent thing. So that's the takeaway. I'll answer any questions on it. I think that what they did made a lot of sense. Do I make sense? I don't know.
Do you think are they
It
going to
makes
bolster
perfect
the
sense.
are they going to bolster the cash reserve mostly from Bitcoin sales or MSTR dilution?
So great question. Right now, they've done it mostly from MSTR dilution that's happened. And obviously, as an MSTR shareholder, the technical term for that is it sucks. I'll be very clear about that. Yes. So that's the dilution. If you go to their website, you'll see that their BTC yield, which is the net increase of Bitcoin per share, that has dropped significantly. Do I think that they would let that get to be and let me quote the number for people that are listening right now. On the let's see, as of today, their BTC yield for the year, which is the net increase of Bitcoin per share, is only 1.7%. And for instance, on July 6th, it was 7.8%. So your question was, it's come from diluting the MSTR shareholders. That is correct. I think that if the price of Bitcoin goes up, they could get back to their what they had said, 10% per year.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think on their website it says MNAV is 1.05. You've explained this in other spaces, but for anyone who's new here or people who weren't on that spaces, the MNAV says 1.05, but the amount of Bitcoin they have is about 53 billion with a market cap for MicroStrategy around 38 billion. So that would equate to more like a 0.7 MNAV, wouldn't it? So how does that work exactly?
Okay, so Strategy came out with new math and they now post two numbers. So if people can go, you might be on your phone, but if you were to go to the MSTR page and then click into, there's a drop down from MSTR and then it says underneath the drop downs, it's got equity and BTC. On that one, there's two metrics that are listed there. The original one was BTC per share in sats, and that number is 196,684. That number is the so-called gross number. Now, what people have said, Bobby Tierney created this website called CEBE, Common Equity Bitcoin Exposure, and what he said is that number could be potentially misleading. And what Strategy agreed and changed their math, and now they published two numbers. Bitcoin per share in sats, 196,684. And then they have net BTC per share, and that's 142,946. Just say it's 143,000. The difference is that the net BTC per share strips out the converts and the debt payments out of that number. And so now that's saying the residual claim, which is the MSTR shares, is only 143,000 out of approximately 197,000. So that new math went into effect, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And now they're more specific with it. MNAV is a little bit more complex the way they calculate that now. But MNAV is basically saying, what's the multiple to the net asset value, and they take into account the debt and also whether or not the debt is in the money or out of the money. Gets a little complex, but for the most part, I want to just tell everybody the most important number for Strategy mathematically is the Bitcoin price, because mathematically there's this, it's called the dominant term, because Strategy has 840,000 Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin can move $1,000 in 24-hour period. Very easy for that. So if Bitcoin moves $1,000, it moves by 840 million bucks. Whereas buying down debt doesn't really move that much. So the most important thing for Strategy and for all of us is the number go up. And the reason why it's more important for strategy is because it's dominated by the 840,000 Bitcoin that they have. So no matter how you look at the math, it's better for Bitcoin to go up. It's good for them to retire debt. They won't be doing that anymore, but just increasing the cash position. Hopefully I answered that question on MNAV without getting too complicated.
That did. I have just one more
Go ahead.
question. So with that, as you as an investor, are you looking at when you purchase MSTR? A lot of people when they purchase Bitcoin look at the 200-week moving average or the realized price. So when you're looking at MSTR, are you just running the numbers like I did? I got zero point 0.7 because of the $54 billion they have in Bitcoin, and I'm disregarding the STRC and the spread that they created with their new math. I currently hold a very small position in MSTR compared to my Bitcoin holdings, probably about 10 to 20%. I've had that for a long time now. But if I were to add more, what am I looking at? Am I looking at the new math MNAV or not me, but are you looking at the new math MNAV or are you looking at the raw numbers?
Um, that's a great question. It's a little bit complicated. So what do I look at? So Strategy's Bitcoin per share metric did not exist prior to January of 2024. And my position was acquired that I wanted in late 2023. So when basically the bottom of the bear market plus basically about a year, I was like, oh, this
Yeah, I
is
think it was trading at like $40.
um yeah, my acquisition price, I'll say this right now would be $20 in split adjusted terms. And everybody's like, well, when the stock trade at $20? I never bought the stock at $20. I bought the stock at $200 and I bought it sub 200, 180, 190. But predominantly most of my purchase of MSCR was bought at right around 200. And then it was a 10-for-1 split. So my split adjusted acquisition price is 20. But when I bought it, it was 200. But that metric, Bitcoin per share, that wasn't invented yet for them. So I was, and at that point when I acquired it, they had, I don't know, like 100,000 Bitcoin. And even January 1st of 2024, I've talked about this before, Strategy had like 190,000 Bitcoin in January of 2024. In 2.5 years, they've 4x the amount of Bitcoin that they have and basically almost doubled the share count. So that's why it's accretive. So a lot of the math that we're talking about, and you're asking complex questions that are great, a lot of that did not exist prior to 2.5 years ago. It's not that it didn't exist, it's that they didn't report those metrics and we didn't really think about it that way. I just thought about it, it's like, wow, this company, if you just compared MSTR versus Bitcoin, and you just plot the two lines on a chart, it was trading as a leverage play on Bitcoin. And so that was the nuance from when I got in. And now you're asking questions which are great, but the math is a little bit different. So your question is, how would I look at it today? You either you believe in the KPIs, key performance indicators, or you don't. That's the first thing. You have to believe in Bitcoin. That's the second. Well, first thing is you have to believe in Bitcoin. Second thing, you have to believe that they're going to do the right thing. People can argue that maybe they don't. And that the other thing, this is the most other important thing, is that every 6 months in Bitcoin or every year in Bitcoin, you have to change your thesis and what you look at. A lot of people don't like that at all. And particularly with the company Strategy, they've had to change how they view things, like literally like every 90 days. Like when they paid off the converts right before in May, that was at a discount and it was taking cash and reducing the converts. So from a net leverage perspective, it was equal. I just got rid of the higher convert. So that kind of made sense. But it dropped their cash position below $1 billion. And the signal was that the institutional investors did not like that. And finally, I said that publicly. And so they kind of got killed for not having a lot of cash. So now they realize, again, this was in the olden days. This was in May of 2026, like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. And now where we are today, it's like, oh, they need to have $4.8 billion in cash. So your question is a great question. What metric do you look at? You have to figure out whatever makes sense to you and look at that, understand their website. And hopefully what I said makes sense and answered your question, but you can't just say there's one metric and that's why I'll buy because of it. You kind of have to believe in the two or three things that they're doing. The MSTR equity, stretch being digital credit. You have to agree that that's real. You have to agree that prefs are a real thing and that the cash matters. Like if you don't believe in those three things, there's no reason to buy the stock. Does that make sense? Or is that helpful?
Yeah, definitely makes
Okay.
sense. I mean, it's similar. It's similar to a company that like a Mag 7 that has high capex with certain growth numbers. You have to believe that they're going to get to the destination they're trying to get to with that capex, right?
Yeah, so that's exactly right. And so you guys were talking about the AI trade. I was talking to a friend who I've known since college, and I said, and this was it was last week, it was like last Monday, and people were saying this is when Nvidia floated the $500 billion funding to go between different hyperscalers and AI companies. Gross oversimplification. And I spoke to him, and he's like, it seems like NVIDIA is putting together this financing arm to just promote the bubble that exists in AI. And I said to him, yeah. He's like, is that correct? I'm like, yeah. And the next day, I don't know, MSNBC or whatever it is, said, NVIDIA is accused of circular financing. So what I want to say to people is that, do I think that AI is in a bubble right now? Yeah. And they're like, oh, you're shorting it? I'm like, no. Do I think this can go on for the next 2 to 3 years? Yes. Yes, I do. I hope that this is helpful. Do I think Bitcoin's in a bubble right now? No, I think it's in a bear market. But which do you think is going to rise faster? Bitcoin at 64,000 or Nvidia being whatever, a $5 trillion company at whatever the price is, 220 something? Which do you think most likely will double? I think it's more likely that Bitcoin will double than because it's a $1.2 trillion asset than Nvidia doubling. I'm not saying that Nvidia can't double, but I don't know if Nvidia is going to double within a year. But do I think that Bitcoin can double in a year? Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Look, there's lots of really smart people. Joe is in here and British and J Dog and other guys British. Like I said, lots of people that are in space.
Don't forget about the Greek.
And the
Don't forget
Greek,
about the
you're in here,
Greek.
and I'm listening to you.
Don't say J Dog before
Okay. So
Greek.
with that said, and by the way, Greek, I was listening to you before. You don't have a self-directed IRA. It's possible you could. What you wanted was you went from a managed account to an unmanaged where you manage it. So it wasn't that you're holding your own securities. You went to an unmanaged account. And so anyway, with that, I'll answer any questions. I don't want to, hopefully this is helpful. I'm bullish. I think the point is Bitcoin bullish as fuck, right? That's the name of this space, right? And what I can tell you is I don't know why people want Saylor to fail if he's the biggest buyer of Bitcoin. That doesn't make sense to me. Why?
I think they're jealous.
I think so. The other thing is that what Saylor has done here, first of all, a lot of people don't get it. Like, why does he always buy the top? Well, that's when MNAV tends to be the highest. He sells a $1 stock for $3. That's a 3 MNAV or a 2 MNAV. He sells a $1 stock for $2. He's basically getting double the amount of Bitcoin because the stock is at a premium. And everybody's like, well, I don't like the fact that the stock trades at a premium. Okay. If you were to look at the old MNAV number, Strategy's MNAV is, sub 0.7. Well, assuming that you believe in Bitcoin and you want the biggest institutional holder of Bitcoin to survive, you'd want to buy if it's at a low MNAV, believing that the MNAV is going to go back up again. You don't want to be buying things at all-time highs, right? Because it has to go higher then, right? Like SpaceX wasn't a good buy at 220, but it was probably a good buy when it was, sub 135. That happened pretty fast, right? SpaceX is a much better buy at the price now than it was, the first 5 days of its IPO, or 3 days, whatever price, right? You want to buy low and sell high. That's a real big insight.
Thank you for that.
No, it's a lot easier said than done. But selling, I mean, everybody knows they need to sell, or excuse me, buy low and sell high. But when it's low, you don't want to buy. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you
Psychological.
why people don't sell when it's high. I know the reason. I know exactly the reason. They're like, because motherfucker, I got to pay taxes. Fuck the government. I shouldn't have to pay taxes. Okay. But, and it's short term capital gains. So people don't like that. It's because, wow, now if I don't hold something for a year, I don't get long term capital gains. So from that perspective, it's like, wait, if I hold something for a year and it craters, then I didn't make any money on it to try and save 17% in taxes, assuming you're in the highest tax bracket and you got 20% long-term capital gains. So then you're like, well, I bought something, it rocketed up. Let's say it went up by 50%. Now I sell it, I got to pay long-term capital gains. And then you live in a state that charges taxes on top of that. And you're like, fuck, I just gave up 35% of my money to something that I shouldn't have to do. But that's just the way the world is.
Yeah, but grain, but like I have kids, right, who are at the age now where they can get Roth IRAs, right? And I'm like, hey, if you want to take a gamble, and your dad's bullish on MSTR, I go, you're getting whatever it is, eight grand allowance a year. I go, if you want, you could throw that into MSTR and take a chance in a couple of years. You could triple your money and even more. Like if you're in a Roth, you're not paying any tax on
Yo,
that
are you
shit.
looking to adopt adults? I'm Greek. Don't worry. I
What?
mean, you're the one giving out 8 grand a year in fucking allowance. Are you looking to adopt an adult?
No, 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 no. I mean that they're
I
allowed
think
to
he's talking
put
about
in
the
that much
contribution
to
to
the
the
government.
IRA.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
contribution amount allowance
So,
is
so,
is
so,
8 grand.
so
So
first of all, I
like you should be maxing out your Roth IRAs for your like I use my Roth IRA as my gambling money. I put my IRA as my other shit, and then on my Roth is where I want my amplification to be.
So let me. I'm going to use different words here. I would never use the word gambling with buying either Bitcoin or MSTR. I would never. I
Yes,
would never use that
sorry.
word.
I
I
say
know.
that for the
I get
plebs
that with the
because
plebs. And then there's a huge difference between volatility and risk. But what I would say is this: the main difference between a Roth IRA and a regular IRA is that, and I'm not giving financial advice. You guys could all look this up. So a Roth IRA.
neither am I.
Yeah. So Roth IRA, you pay the tax up front, you don't get a tax deduction, but when it comes out, you don't pay taxes on it. A regular IRA, you get a tax deduction, but when it comes out, you have to pay ordinary income taxes, not long-term capital gains. And the other thing is that many people say you cannot take your money out of your IRA accounts until you're age 59 and a half. Well, that's patently untrue. You could take it out, you will trigger the taxable events plus the 10% penalty plus state taxes. So you will do that. And if you if you have a long time horizon, then that is great to do that. And the benefit, and I've said this before, the benefit of putting money into an IRA account is you don't have to move to a different country where you don't get taxed on it, like your Roth IRA. And they're like, oh, I don't have to move to a different country. I'm like, yeah, put it in your IRA account. Oh, well, like when I want to take it out, I had to wait until 59 and a half. Otherwise it triggers all these taxes. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like the way the system works. But
So let me just
go
interrupt
ahead.
the Goyam tax talk here because currently we have no IRS commissioner. And so right now we're sitting at the record for the longest stretch with no IRS commissioner. Donald Trump has also fired over 50% of the workers at the IRS. And so if you understand Bitcoin can't be taxed, can't be confiscated, can't be blocked. Okay, paying taxes to pedophiles is not a good security protocol. So Bitcoin is literally digital 1776. And so when you have guys up here talking about taxes like cucks, that's not the war we're in right now.
Hey, hey,
Okay,
hey,
so if you want to continue paying
Greek.
taxes to pedophiles and creating genocide and stuff, like go for it. But this is the real revolution, and this is really what Bitcoin is about. So try not to fall for these grifters talking about paying taxes to pedos.
Hey, Greek, thank you, everybody that was on this space. And you could thank G Money for me dropping off. Everybody have a great night.
Later, fag.
I was taking a piss. What did I miss?
Oh,
Wait, so
nothing.
yeah,
I
you
just
missed
I just
something.
had to roast Grain because he's such a bitch.
Yeah, wait, I didn't even.
Oh
You
man.
woke me up. I was falling asleep, and then
Yeah, who wants to hear about paying taxes to pedophiles and 59 and a half? Like, go fuck yourself, bro. This is an asset nobody can take. Learn how to take your own self custody. Tell the government to go fuck themselves. And like, that's enough of us get together, man. That's it. It's over for them.
So G Money. On that note, like, you're not paying your taxes, right?
I
So there
haven't
are
filed
they
in
like,
7 years, bro.
right? So are they actively like putting liens on your shit, or like
So,
what are they? How
so,
are they
so the
attacking
state of
you?
California is actually pretty hardcore. They issued liens because they're more aggressive. But I sold my state assets before they could attach to anything, so they didn't get attached to anything, right? Like attach fucking your lien to D's motherfucking nuts, right? Because like you can't attach your lien to my Bitcoin, right? And so like the feds though, dude, like have been silent. Like they send me notices to file my tax returns, and they sent me one the other day that had like 2020, 2021, 20. They had like a list of all of them. And that's it, man. So like, I don't think there's really anybody at
But they can't put a lien on your Bitcoin. I mean,
no.
how can they
Well,
not?
because I self custody. There's no law. There's no judge that can wave a magic wand and freeze my Bitcoin, bro. Like that's the whole point.
Like in here in Canada, it's different. You have to fucking declare that shit.
Well, you have to, or you voluntarily decide to do that.
Well, I guess yeah. I guess you. I guess yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't know.
declare
I
that
got to look
shit.
into
What the
that.
hell?
Fuck.
Yeah, like bro,
No,
like
but
where does power of the government come from? Consent.
no, but because what happens is the exchanges, right? When because you, I can't buy it without going to an exchange first. So here, the exchanges must report it to
Yeah,
the
they can report
to
it all they want. I
Filings.
don't give a fuck. Report it. Like who cares? Like
No,
what's
but that's when they get it, and if they come and say, "Well, where's your thing?" and then you have to answer.
Look, bro. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, it sounds like you have probably a house and other shit on the state ledger. So, like, if you don't own any property, right, that's on the state ledger, and you're like,
Yeah, if you're fucking single and you
yeah,
don't have anything,
you're like a
absolutely,
young
that's the
guy
way to
who's
go.
making good money, and like, just file
Yeah,
exempt. Actually, Scott Bessent told everybody to stop like taking taxes out of their paycheck. Like, literally file exempt, and then you would take more of your paycheck home. And then, if you voluntarily decide not to file your taxes, well, like, that's up to you. But
and even if you voluntarily decide to pay it, all that cash sits in your account for the full year. You can gain the interest on that shit and then pay it at the end of the
yeah, if
year.
you want to do that, that's fine. But even if you go back and look at the historical reference, like if you go back and look at the Grace Commission, so the Grace Commission, Executive Order 12369, back in the day, Ronald Reagan looked to see like, hey, where does like the federal tax dollars go? And the commission proved that 0% of any federal tax receipts actually went to any public service. Most of it was interest on the debt. And if you understand now, the interest on our debt, 40 trillion, is higher than our defense budget. Well, then, like, you're just literally paying taxes to pay the interest.
Well, do you remember what Bukele said at the fucking
I do.
national?
He said the federal is
Yeah,
not federal with no reserves, and you shouldn't be paying taxes.
he basically said that the only reason why you pay taxes is so that the sheep think that they're funding the government. Like they're
1000%.
not. They just print money to fund the government, but they have to keep the illusion going. Like he said that at the National Republican
Yeah,
Convention.
he said it. So that's why when you get people up here talking about taxes and then like fuck the government, I don't want to pay taxes, but then they're like literally complying and cucking to the system. Like what are you? Like what are you doing here, bro? Like what is your purpose? Like he's pretty smart on the strategy stuff, but like what are you doing here? Like we have the choice, right, to deny
Well,
the
because
corruption.
he's got shit tied to it. That's why. Like he's like you got to understand the mindset between the boomers and the young kids, right? Like I consider you a younger kid because you don't have anything. You don't have any assets where that they could put liens on.
Well, I sold
Where
most of them.
that's
I'm
why.
49 actually.
Yeah,
I'm an old
exactly.
fuck.
Yeah, no, I know you are, but I'm putting you in that category because you don't have anything. Like you've sold it all. It's all in Bitcoin kind of thing. It's in cold storage. So everybody else though, who doesn't, who have homes, who have fucking these things that they can put liens on. I mean, that's just the way we're conditioned to think. I mean, because we have this shit and we can't afford to sell it and put it all in cold storage. So that's how they keep that system rolling, is because they know they got us by the nuts.
Well, it's all based on fear, though. Like Trump literally fired half of the IRS. There's no IRS commissioner. They passed a law that says the IRS can't come to your house. Like he's pretty much defanged the entire organization. And so, like, it's probably just an AI thing, printing shit and just scaring people into continually paying for it. But
Well, the marketing on that sucks because no one knows the real, like, no one knows that. I'm hearing this right now from you, but no one, the masses, they don't know this. And there's no
Nobody's gonna
marketing.
market
There's
that,
no
bro.
one.
Why would they market
No,
that?
but I'm saying well, what? If Trump's passing laws, why isn't he marketing it?
Well,
Like, why is he
because
passing laws and
because
keeping it a
it's
secret?
not like a I don't think it's a very popular type of thing to advertise, right? Like getting rid of the IRS, most people are terrified of, like they think the IRS is a good thing. So like I think people have to experience the pain and be like, hey, like I can either take my family on a nice vacation or eventually just be like, hey, I can either put food on the table or pay my taxes. Like, what am I gonna do? So it's like people are being forced into a scenario where the financial system is being shown as completely corrupt. The politicians are being exposed as basically, slaves for Israel. And so, like, where's all our tax money going? Like, Doge has proved that like 99% of it goes to fraud, waste, and abuse. So if like you can't track where the money goes and the politicians aren't responsible and there's no accountability, like at what point do people actually like take the foot out of their ass and be like, you know what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna stop
yeah, you're
like
right.
complying.
And you know what? I heard on a space, I think it may have been today earlier, where a guy was saying that at some point in our past, the people of America had to make that decision, either pay your taxes or pay food. And they like, so like, I don't know. I just heard it on a space quickly and it stuck with me, but I don't know the history behind that. Do you remember when that happened last? Like, does that spark anything as far as when
Not
that happened?
that
Because apparently that
particular. I mean,
happened.
there's been plenty of revolts in our past. Obviously, the most famous one is when we kicked the British ass, not British Hodel, but of course, he moved to Dubai anyway, so he doesn't count. But right, 1776, this country was founded literally on a tax revolt, and now you look at inflation, and what is inflation? Inflation is taxation without representation, right? So the printing of money that they, carve out for their own pet projects is something that you and I have no control over. Like we don't get to control where the money goes that they print. So like if they print it and they just give it away for bombing, Palestine or whatever, like
Right, but isn't this what we were talking about with British earlier when British was talking about real estate? Like, is what Saylor was trying to say in his real estate analysis was that the reason why his prime real estate costs so much now versus 100 years ago is because they inflated the money. It wasn't because of anything else. It was because of the inflation. Like they basically keep printing money and your dollar goes a lot less further than it did back then.
yeah, well, it was the
And
psyop of like owning a home was like the American dream. And so they put all these pet programs together so the banks could make a fuck ton of money. And they psyop the public into thinking owning a house was like the American dream, right? They sold it really well. And so now you have people with like, 10, 12, 15 homes, Airbnb, in, when in reality, like the taxes you pay on a house is literally unrealized tax gains, right? Like, so when you have a house and the property values go up, they just tax you on the higher value. So that's an unrealized gain, which is like it's theft at the basic level. And I think that's going to come to Bitcoiners too. I think they're just going to be like, well, we're going to pass an unrealized gain tax on Bitcoin. I mean, it's already happening in Europe, right? So that's kind of the red line, I think, for a lot of people because that's just outright theft. And so I think slowly but surely people are waking up. I mean, my community as a whole, like a lot of us have stopped paying taxes. I'm kind of 7 years in, but a lot of people have just stopped paying. And, and if enough of us do it, they can't arrest everybody. And then when Bitcoin becomes the most valuable thing in the world, like it forces them to negotiate with us, right? Because if they can't print the money or the money they print is worthless, and they want to build a biolab in Ukraine, like they'd have to negotiate with us and be like, hey, I want to put this project forward. Who wants to support it? So it's like a GoFundMe, bro government. Hey, you want to genocide a country? Like GoFundMe, bro. Who wants to pitch in for
I
the bond,
think
right?
I just want to jump in. I think I think that's going to happen, but not in the exact way you're saying it. I think they're going to negotiate in the sense where what always happens is all the rich people just leave and go somewhere else. So as all the billionaires and the rich people start leaving the U.S. will have to be forced to get more competitive, kind of. And you see this happen time and time again. I mean, obviously, all the rich from China, what was it, 1950s, they fled to Taiwan. We defended it. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that type of thing, and that's the thing too. And I believe obviously when the UK was kind of falling, all the rich people, where'd they go? US. Then the UK got a bit more, competitive in some ways. I think that's generally what's going to happen. I mean, not filing a tax return for 7 years for anyone listening. I mean, yeah, you're on hot water, man. Like that's, you know, like most rich people don't really pay taxes legally. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. Most really rich people aren't paying that much in taxes. It's the people that are paying the majority of taxes, I would say, are like doctors, lawyers. Those are the main things you can't really, avoid paying taxes. Just average jobs. People probably making between 60K to like 400K a year, like those areas. People with real jobs. Business people, they're writing a bunch of shit off. They're not paying much more than I would say 10%, and even less if they invest in real estate. There's all that arbitrage. So, to say that, to say that they're really going after you in terms of that aspect, it's the average people. It's the people with matrix jobs that are paying, essentially all the taxes, and that's what keeps things going round. But obviously, you're very right. Yeah, the money is spent erroneously. When has government ever spent money well? And they're printing money out of thin air via borrowing it. And these concepts are not new. This is, the UK borrowed a lot of money, towards their end, and they kind of fell off. And we're kind of doing the same thing in the US and falling off. I mean, debt to GDP ratio is the main thing you want to look at. I think it's at 130% right now. Generally, things are okay and don't really blow up too badly until 150%. When would you get there? I mean, if you look at the way it's going, you draw some lines on a chart or whatever, probably 10, 15 years. And that would make sense where China takes over as the world's largest economy, 10, 15 years. And then it's more evident, after that point that China's kind of the next world power. And, how does China handle us? Well, probably you get more conservative. You probably get some nutcase. You probably get like an AOC type figure in at some point in the 2030s. She's favored for the Democratic nomination right now. I mean, I don't think she would win, but maybe next time around, 2030, she gets in. They print a hell of a lot of money. Debt to GDP ratio gets to under 50%, maybe even higher. I mean, you can do COVID when it's clear you're still the world power. You print all that money when it's clear you're still the world power. When you have somebody crawling up your ass, it's tougher to print all that money. It doesn't work that well. So, they would still print money and then things blow up and then they'd be forced to get more conservative. I would think China would give us a soft landing probably in the 2040s. I know I sound like a crazy person trying to map stuff out 20 years, but bear with me. I think they'd give us probably a soft landing and your S&P 500 will be like the FTSE, going up 5 to 7% a year instead of what 10, 11%, kind of like that. And that's the new world order. China's
Bro, you're killing me, bro. You're worse than Grain with the rants. Holy fuck,
nobody
Evan.
talks like me, Greek.
Dude, you're rivaling Alfred and fucking Grain. Like, holy fuck.
Alfred.
Someone just texted me.
Oh.
Mike. Someone just texted me. It's like Grain goes on more than Mike Alfred. And then I'm like, wait till you meet Evan. I'm just
Yeah,
fucking
well,
with you,
changing what this
bro.
is important stuff. We got to know about changing.
Listen, you got a great voice, but fuck, man, I don't know what you said. I swear, if I go rewind it, I don't think I know what you just said. But you look great without a shirt, man. When you're shirtless, you're looking good, man. So,
Well, I'm going to be going to Greece in a couple weeks, Greek. So,
oh shit, go to Mykonos. It's full of
oh
fags
god, I'm
there.
not a fag, dude.
Full of fags. No, I know. I'm just kidding, man. I'm
Okay,
kidding
okay.
around. It's getting late. It's getting late. We're
I'm
crashing
going to
out. I like
Athens,
to
man.
end with a
Going to
crash out.
Athens.
Oh, are you
Yeah,
going to Athens? What are you
I'm
going to
gonna
do
live
there?
there, man. Moving to Athens. No,
Oh,
no,
are
I'm
you
going there for a
kidding?
couple weeks at least, about a month probably, and then I'm going.
Just like, you have friends there, or are you just going solo?
Yes and no. You know, I'm a digital nomad, man. I'm a digital nomad. I go around. So I'll be
Nice.
going to Asia after.
Are
Coming.
you Greek,
You gotta
Evan?
go to the islands,
I'll be
bro.
going to a couple of islands. I got to
Evan,
figure out.
are you
What's that?
Greek?
I'm not Greek, bro. I'm not Greek.
Your
Actually, a
full
little
name
bit.
with the
I'm a little bit
name.
Greek.
He's Greek
I
in
mean,
some
Evan is a Greek
ways.
name,
Wink,
though.
Oh,
wink.
British is right. You did put Natalie as a co-host.
Yeah. British
I'm
called
probably
me.
about
He's
5%
like,
Greek.
you're gonna put her as a co-host, aren't you? I'm like, fucking right, I am.
Yeah.
Fucking right. Natalie is co-host, but British is he's having his coffee, so or he's getting up right now,
Hey, G
so he's
Money,
probably out doing his thing.
G Money, do you have that clip of Basent? I remember seeing that too. Do you have that clip of Basent saying that by chance?
Yeah, I got to go find it, but I have it somewhere. Yeah.
Greek, are you feeling bullish?
Of course I am, bro. You know me.
Is it
Read the space,
MSTR
Are
bro.
or
you
Read
is
the
it
space.
Bitcoin?
Shepard? Are you gonna shit on MSTR? Is that where you're
No,
here?
no. I just asked. I mean, I could, but
I mean, don't get me
but
wrong.
that's my point. My point is to ask: are you bullish on Bitcoin? Are you bullish on MSTR or both?
You can't be bullish on one of them. You have to be bullish on both. One helps the other. So you're either bullish on both or you're not bullish on any of them. So yeah, I'm big time bullish on MSTR and both, of course. But listen, I like the vision, man. I like the new digital economy. I like what he's doing. Like he's one of the Wright brothers when they all laughed at them and said you're never gonna fly and you're a fucking idiot, or Ford when they said the horse and buggies and you're a fucking idiot. It's never gonna happen, and until it does, and then it happens, and then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I was wrong. You're gonna be wrong. I think absolutely 100%. Like I have zero doubt that it's gonna happen. When you think about the new kids who are being born, they're all digital. Like they're literally these kids are fucking born on tech. There's no more like we have to like really take a huge effort to get them to read shit these days. Like they're being born. Like, they're not gonna gold to them is gonna be a luxury item. Bitcoin is going to be their store of value. Everything's going to be built on that foundation. It's the purest, scare. It's the absolute finite asset. It's better than gold. It's everything about it is better.
So you're
Everything
saying
is.
you're
I mean, you
bullish.
can. I'm kind of bullish. Yeah,
And you're
I'm kind of
feeling good too.
bullish. I'm feeling great. You know what? Listen, I'll tell you. You guys would all be proud of me. Because you know how I've been going through my corporate hell, right? With the micromanaging, the new micromanager that I have. This fucking guy. He literally I live in constant anxiety, fucking 24/7, just waiting for this fucking motherfucker to email me, right? So, anyways, I created a new logo for my new consulting company, and I talked to my bank, and I'm working on a new line of credit for the new business, and I'm registering the name, and I'm working through AI to create my name and logo, and it's looking so fucking good. So I'm setting myself up ready, so when these motherfuckers say, you know what, you have to do this or else, I'm gonna be like, fucking see you later, buddy, or else goodbye, and I'll be ready to go, and I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I mean, I just can't live like this. I can't live in that corporate fucking hellhole
I-
thing. So I'm finally gonna take the
Is
leap.
the name and logo of the Greek? Is it the same as X or did you change it up?
No, man, it's actually really nice. I love it. It's great. And you know what? It's funny because Grok, out of all the AIs, Grok was the one who fucking was able to see my vision and create it. And of course we spent a lot of hours revising and fixing and adjusting, but out of all the AIs, Grok was the best on the logo. He hit a home run,
Yeah,
man. So
Oh, that's
I was like,
interesting.
good
He's
boy.
usually not really that good at the image generation.
Claude was shit.
Chat GPT.
Gemini was shit. I don't have
Oh, that's the
Chat
best. I feel
GPT,
like that's
but
the best one for images, personally.
so I have to download that app, and I haven't done that. I should.
Greek, I can't believe you didn't have enough faith in the Greek for consulting. Like, I feel
Yeah.
that's unique enough to where it could really pop, you know?
Could you imagine if they actually like heard me and then figured out it was me? Oh my god, I'd lose all my business. They would be like, "Dude, we can't work with you. You're too much of a loose cannon." But no, I'm pretty happy, and I kind of straightened. I talked to another guy at work. I'm like, "Bro, you got to talk to this fucking clown." Who's like, and it's funny because I fucking sent him the he wanted to have his one-on-one with me today every week, the weekly one-on-one. And I'm like, sorry, man. I sent him on Thursday. I'm like, sorry, dude, I'm on site. I'm not going to be able to be there, but you can reschedule it for Wednesday if you like, but Monday's out. So then he fucking emails me today. I didn't see you at our one-on-one today. I can't remember your schedule, but could you let me know I didn't see you? And I'm like, listen, you motherfucker. If you want, you're gonna micromanage me. You need to fucking remember your fucking emails because you replied to my email when I declined your fucking meeting. And if you can't remember that and you want to micromanage me, like just go fuck yourself. So that's the dystopia that I live in, folks. That's why I need to get the fuck out of. I need Bitcoin to rip. And Joe, it's 22.5%. Joe, I did the math for you, buddy. I know it's not a lot, but it's a lot for me.
That's a lot. Good stuff.
By the way, I
Wait.
put that clip of Scott Bessent at the Nest saying
Oh,
to
thanks, G Money.
Hold
Thank
on,
you.
that did not sound like
That
Joe.
was Joe.
Is this an AI Joe? Is this the real
Oh,
Joe?
no, it's me.
Are you
Oh,
running,
it
Joe,
didn't
or what's
sound
going
like.
on?
Yeah, trying to get my
Yeah,
miles
there you
in.
go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Everyone should be running, working out, getting some fitness in.
Wait. Did I just hear Joko Asari's running right now on
He
a
always
Yeah, he's a
treadmill?
runner.
runs.
I didn't know that.
He's always running.
I
He's
need a
always
stair
running.
climber. Stair
As long
climbers.
as you're getting some fitness in.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Circuit training's good too. Um, Yeah, I mean the bear market, it's boring, man. I mean the volatility's low as it normally is. The seasonality in these midterm election years. Quarter 4 is going to be fun though. I mean this is just watching paint dry. I was doing Greek, you're gonna love this. I filmed a golf trip, like 2 golf rounds, with another crypto dude. We filmed them over in west coast of Florida. We're gonna upload that like in a week or two. You're gonna love that. I don't have my shirt off in it, but it's still good stuff. Still good stuff.
What is it? What is it? Just good drives and
No,
good
like we're talking
putts?
crypto and drinking beers while we're golfing.
Oh, I saw the prelim where your buddy was talking. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna do that. Nobody's done that before, crypto and golf. So it'll be a interesting thing.
As long
Hey,
as you're
hey,
bullish, it'll be
Yeah,
good.
we're pretty bullish. We're both pretty bullish. I mean, I'm bullish. Go.
Greek, are you in the bathtub?
I'm taking a piss, man. Sorry.
I hear the echo. Hey, Natalie, I didn't mean to offend you. I just thought it was a fair question. My apologies.
That's no worries, Joe. Thank you. There's just reasons why I don't share. That's all. But one day I'll share.
You don't share any commentary on X?
Well, I don't share any commentary about Puncher, and I don't share any commentary about my personal holdings.
Okay. What about other questions? Are they off the table or can I ask them?
We'll see. You can ask.
Well, I don't want you to go away if I ask a question. That's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, try. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I'm just curious, in terms of Bitcoin, what do you believe is a proper allocation to Bitcoin for someone in your circumstance?
I think I believe I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in allocating to Bitcoin. Um, I can't say how much people should allocate to Bitcoin.
No, I'm asking about you in your circumstance. I'm not asking about what you hold. I've slightly changed the question. I'm asking someone in your circumstance, meaning you.
Are
What
you
do you think?
running right now, Joe? Are you out jogging?
Yeah, he's running.
Okay, so in my personal circumstance, how much Bitcoin should I hold?
Ask you what you think is an optimal allocation, not necessarily what you hold.
Um,
So hold on, is Joe really running? Like, what else could he be doing? Everybody, close your eyes and think, what else could he be doing? I'm just kidding. Okay, Natalie, stop dodging.
no, but like, how much should I hold? I already said it's part
That's
it's
not. It's
part
not.
it's part of the allocation.
And anyone who has been involved in Bitcoin for longer than 15 days would
British,
have
again, you don't know
thought.
if I'm allocated for 15 days.
No
I've
one's
new
asking you that question anymore. No one's asking you that question anymore. The question that Joe asked you was, in your circumstance, what do you think and believe should be an adequate allocation to Bitcoin? Is not. No one's asking you anything anymore. We're asking your thoughts now, right? We've taken this meta, right? So anyone who's been in Bitcoin for 15 days or longer, after you get over the initial period of thinking it's all insane, the first question you ask is, well, how much should I actually hold? It's a natural, normal question.
And here's the thing: if the answer is I don't know, that's cool too. I mean, a lot of people come to these spaces to learn. So you might say something like, you know what, Joe, I don't disclose my personal holdings for a reason. That's cool. I respect that. But then the question is like, what do you think would be optimal for you and you alone? And you might say, I don't know. Let's talk about it. That's
right,
what I'm
a
trying to prompt.
portion, a portion.
A portion can be
Yeah,
nothing,
what is
right?
that? Well, a portion could be
What that
1%, a
this
portion
is
could
this is
be
ridiculous,
20%.
right? Because you guys want me. It's almost like, what's your price prediction? Like,
Well, you
is
don't have to
Bitcoin
tell
going to
us how
go
much you
here, going to
have.
go
That's
You can
not
there?
tell us a
true. We're
So
just
percentage.
asking
you want me to say like 5 or 10 or 20 or 50?
you to
Like,
say
Yeah, a
I'm
anything. We
not.
just
percentage.
want you to
It's a
say
it's a
something.
matter of opinion. It's a matter of opinion. There's no wrong answer. I'm just curious what your
I
opinion
believe
is.
in diversification. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I don't feel like I have to say 20% to
So
Bitcoin,
you believe in
20%.
diversification.
How much XRP?
You believe in
How much XRP do you
diversification,
have,
but you
Natalie?
don't believe in giving a percentage.
I don't have any
Yeah, can you tell
XRP.
us what percentage you have in Bitcoin versus altcoins?
Wait, hang on a second. You can't let this go. Why would you say I don't feel comfortable disclosing my Bitcoin allocation, but disclose that you don't own XRP? Why would you take those? Those are kind of inconsistent positions.
That's true, Joe. Thank you, lawyer, Mr. Lawyer Man.
Yeah, what this tells
Um,
us is that you actually don't have any Bitcoin. That's what this tells us.
no, it doesn't,
Now I might be
British.
completely
Like,
wrong, but the fact that you were
I
so
do,
no
yeah,
no the
you
fact that you
are,
were
and
so
that's why I
easy to
don't
say
care.
I
I
don't
don't
own any
care what you
XRP,
think.
All right,
Well,
guys.
did I
but you
I'm
did
not
kind of
I
saying
do
say I
because you're
don't own
DMing
any
me.
Bitcoin?
It's
Yeah, I DM'd you, and then you DM me back. You DM me back like a Jamie Miner response. And
No, no,
I
I
all
can
I
read it.
said.
Oh, now that you've said that, no. See, now that you've said that, now that you've compared me to Jamie Miner, you force me to
No,
actually
I'm not.
reveal what
I'm
I
just
said to you,
saying.
right? And what I said to you is you said there are legitimate reasons. We're only doing this because you said I gave you a Jamie Miner response. Okay, so you said there are legitimate reasons why I don't share opinions or holdings here. I did come out of nowhere, no plan or agenda, just connecting while going through a tough time. I hope you can understand and respect that. Also, my previous message was a joke. Everyone knows I sit silent, listen, and learn. You don't sit silent right now. But anyway, I get handed the mic, etc., right? And I said, find a response. I said, I fully appreciate that. Professional or friends or family. Do not try and find that on X and specifically on we, like me, Joe, and everyone that's been around for years are trying to do here is help people understand this asset, which is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You and your story and your tough time connecting for fun and entertainment for yourself does not help. But I do wish you the best for whatever you're growing through. What part of that was a Jamie Miner response to you that you tried to frame?
Because British, like the way that you put it, like I'm not here, like this, maybe it is part of like just connection and therapy, but like who are you to judge? Like you're so judgy. I hate people that like judge all the time because like people go through things and you're going to tell me that I can't be here and hang out in
Okay, cool. So
spaces
you
and
can
listen
continue
and
to judge
learn.
me.
Natalie, hang
Judge
on,
no, you
Natalie.
want to
I'm not
learn, sit in
judging.
the
I'm
audience.
asking. I'm asking
British,
simple
don't be
questions.
jealous if people hand me a mic and they bring me up on stage and then people let me sit and listen and learn. Like, why are you so mad about
You think
that?
that's
Like,
what's going
I've
on?
never like
You think that's what's going on?
no, I'm just
Why don't you
People
step
saying.
away
hand
from the
me a
microphone? Why don't you
mic.
step away from the microphone a little bit instead of shouting?
I get it. I should step away from X. I get it because like
You
this
probably
is
should.
like negative energy that I don't
Listen,
need.
Natalie,
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
true.
getting
You
it.
don't
We're,
need
we're
this.
putting you through. You just gotta
No, I don't
be
know. I think Greek is
strong.
part of this hoodwinking as well. Like at this point, Greek's
I'm
got like
a
Greek,
Fed,
and again,
actually.
we all go through this, right? Me, Joe have all been fooled by people. G Money have been fooled by people, right? So
No, I
you're
get that.
getting
I hear every
questions.
single person that came in has been called a Fed, right? Like people who come out of nowhere, they've all been called a Fed.
No
Everyone
one's
met.
called me a Fed yet, actually.
Oh,
I
really,
call
Greek?
myself
Hey,
a
Greek, you
Fed.
kind of sound
Yeah,
like a
no
No
Fed
one's
to
one's called
me.
actually
you a
called me a
Fed.
Fed.
Well,
And I'm a little
really?
disappointed. I mean, what the fuck?
To
I would be the
me,
perfect
excuse me,
Fed.
guys, Greek. I apologize, Greek, but listen, we need to get back to Natalie answering Joe's question. No, don't answer any of my questions if they offend you so much, but answer Joe's questions.
Well, here's the thing: when someone comes on stage, you don't have to know anything, right? You can come, with no knowledge. That's totally fine. The issue I have is like, I feel like I'm offending you asking what I think are simple questions, and I'm trying to tailor them in a way so I address your concern, which you said your concern is I don't want to reveal how much Bitcoin. So I asked you a different question. I asked you what is the optimal allocation, and for some reason you won't answer that.
Yeah,
But
there's a
Joe,
reason why I don't answer
she
that,
did answer that she doesn't own any XRP, right? She did answer that part.
right?
Right.
So is that not good enough for you guys? Like, why am I being put on the stand
I
for
don't
what
even
I
think it's
own or
Well,
Natalie's
don't
fault.
here.
I
own?
think it's Puncher's fault for getting her in because they told her all the Bitcoin maxi bullshit, the tropes and all this shit. And oh, don't tell anybody about your
It's
Bitcoin.
not. It's everyone's fault. It's Greek's fault, right? You should blame Greek
Yeah,
right
maybe it's
now
Green's
I'll,
fault
for
too.
I'll
this.
ask
What
you
you're
a new
going
question,
through.
Natalie. I'll ask you a new
I'm a
question. Okay,
sucker for a
let's go.
good-looking girl. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
you
You
guys
have a
ask
wife,
me
Greek.
questions that I have been warned. Do not don't tell them any personal information about you.
I'm not.
And
I'm
then
not
I
asking
don't
about
say
that.
anything and everyone's coming at me. I think it's just like ridiculous and crazy.
But
Okay, I'm
Natalie,
asking. Let
listen,
me ask you a
Natalie.
different question. Hang on. This is a softball. Okay, from what do you come on these spaces to learn, if anything?
Bitcoin and just this community and spaces. Like I'm
Okay,
brand new to social media and
fair
X.
enough. Okay, so what do you think? What is something you'd like to learn about Bitcoin? Let's go with that angle. What is something you think you want to learn about Bitcoin? Do you want to learn about how it operates? You want to learn about a role it plays in a portfolio? What do you want to learn about Bitcoin?
No, I don't need to know what role it plays in the portfolio. I know you guys don't know anything about me. One day you will. I'm not new to the industry. I'm not new to Bitcoin. I'm new to the community.
Yeah, just answer the question though.
That
What do
I
you want to
am
learn
trying
about
to
Bitcoin?
answer it, Joe. What do you mean? I'm literally answering the question. So I'll stop if you want to ask another question. I was answering your
No,
question.
Joe has not. Joe has asked you a question, and then you've
And I was
hypothesized a
answering
bunch
it.
of bullshit. Just answer the
Oh
question.
my
Don't talk
gosh.
around it.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. You know what? Like you guys are ridiculous. Like it's kind of sad. Like I'm literally answering your guys'
So why
questions
are
and
you
I'm
in it?
Go,
Why are you in here then?
go ahead. What do you want to learn about Bitcoin?
Why does she even have to give an answer? Why does
Gone.
she even have to give an answer?
Gone.
Why are you guys acting
See you
like this?
later.
Gone.
This is just crash out. Like this is
Shut up, British.
again like Greek.
Stop
You
talking
Oh,
over
shut the
people.
fuck
Shut the
up,
fuck
Bunny
who's
up.
Man.
this
Yeah, who's
retard
this
now?
Fuck
idiot?
you.
Oh,
Hello,
shut the fuck up,
I have
Bunny
a
Man.
question for Mr. British.
He's gone.
He's a
He's
fucking
gone. He's
retard, that
gone.
guy.
Can you hear me?
Don't let that guy up. But every time he's up, I drop him. So just don't ever let
I'm
him
gonna
up,
come into a space and you just
Jungle.
got here. Shut the fuck up and like listen for a second.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have
I've been
no
listening.
idea how many times me and Joe have been through this with new entrants into the space that kind of, are here to kind of just, I don't know what it is, man. It's whether it's lurk or fucking sit around and be a part of it. Like it's weird. It's happened so many times in the last 5, 6 years.
Yeah, and you know what? And the fact that she has the puncher connection is even weirder, right? So like it raises eyebrows even more. And I love Natalie just because she's I'm a sucker for a pretty face, but uh yeah, I mean it's you guys like that line of questioning is pretty simple, and if you can't handle a simple line of questioning like that, it's got to raise eyebrows.
Oh, and
Also,
then
this is the question.
she's leaving.
There are attorneys that apply to my team all the time. Okay. And I ask, they want to be working cryptocurrency. I ask them, what do you want to learn? And it's pretty obvious the ones very early that actually have a genuine interest and the ones that don't. And I don't pick up a genuine interest, which is weird.
I mean, agreed. It's you guys have valid points, and if she can't answer and she keeps leaving, she's feeling threatened. Maybe kind of a gotcha thing. Like maybe they got me. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I have no idea, but it's fucking entertaining as hell for me. I'm loving this. Like this is why I live for. This is why I come on Spaces.
Hey,
It's for this shit.
Greek, what do you want to learn about Bitcoin, if anything?
I want to learn everything that I can. Like fucking you name it, I want to learn it. I want to know how it's gonna fucking be the next fucking digital gold. I want to know how it's gonna pump my kids fucking bags. I want to know how the whole world's gonna change
You
because
want to
of
learn
it.
how to not
I
pay
want to know
taxes?
everything
Learn how to
about
not
it.
pay taxes, right, Grace?
All that shit, absolutely. Like fucking, I'll learn. Every day I learn something new about it.
Well, the weird thing too about Natalie, not to keep bringing this up, but like if your friend's a dumbass, right, and they act like an idiot, like don't you have the right to call them out as being idiots? Like if my friend was acting like Puncher, I'd be like, dude, the old man boomer fucking crashed out and can't fucking handle his soy intake or something, and he like lashed out on X when like he should be like playing pickleball or something. So like I don't know, like if my friends act like idiots, like I get to call them out, right?
Well, I mean, that's the weird connection, right? Is she Puncher's eyes and ears? Is like, what's the pole Puncher thing? Like that's kind of because Puncher's kind of a fetty. He's kind of fetty.
Fetty
He's
Wap.
very
She did
Fetty
very
Wap.
mention
fetty.
she was going through a divorce and like her ex-husband could be
Yeah, I
listening.
think
Like, do you
that's the
think he
real
could?
issue, to be honest.
No, but like, do you think if she said anything about how much she has that he could use it in court or something? Like, is that
Maybe.
So,
But I mean,
Well,
she
that's why
also
Joe asked a
shouldn't
but that's
different
be.
not the issue,
question.
though. Like, Joe has
true?
said she doesn't even express an interest, which I agree. You don't even hear it at all.
This
Which,
is
so what do you, Joe and British? What do you think is her actual intention then? What are you suspicious of?
Speculate. I just know I smell bullshit quite often in this space, and I've got a good nose for it. And it happens, I don't know. This
British.
again, she might be completely
British.
genuine.
I feel it.
I think it's
I
very
feel it too,
simple. I
British.
think it's
I
very
sense it
simple.
too. I'll be honest.
No, it's not bullshit. It's very simple, okay? And I use the analogy with lawyers at my firm because some will apply to my team expressing an interest in cryptocurrency, when in reality, what they want is a job. And they see an industry that's growing, and they see people that have interest, and they come and they say, I want a job. Now, I don't know about Natalie's employment situation. Maybe some of you know that. But to me, there are plenty of people that British and I have seen come into the space when their true agenda is just to
Do
get
you
a
think she
job.
wants a job?
I don't know.
She might want another husband.
Ah.
That's what I said.
Oh my
well,
God! Quiet.
it's the thing too. Women
That's
never
true.
like
Are you?
answer the questions you
My
That was
ask
girlfriend
them.
said
hilarious.
that's what she thought. She thought that's what she wanted. I'll just be honest. But I don't
Are you
want
guys
to talk
talking
shit.
about Natalie?
Yes.
What?
Oh, did you
Yes.
You
miss
got
it?
you got to you got to get it with the program, man. You got to get with the
I
gossip.
just got here.
Oh yeah, you missed it, bro. It was
You
pretty
met, yeah,
funny.
yeah. No, I just wanted to,
Wait,
guys.
but are
Women
you?
never get to the point. They talk to you for like an hour on end, and they never like answer your questions or get to the point. I remember one time. This reminds me when I was in high school. One time, my friend and I, we were at our friend's house, and my friend's sister was like telling us how she got high, or that she got high, and we asked her like, "Oh, did you like smoke weed? Like what method? Did you take an edible?" And she wouldn't tell us. Like I'm like, you just told us you got high. Like why the fuck do you not want to tell us the method in which you got high? Like what they always hide useless things that mean
This
nothing.
sounds like an oddly specific experience, like unique to you.
But I don't. What is? What did she want?
I'll tell you one thing. Besides Jungle Girl, most of the women on Spaces are fucking emotional wrecks who just can't shut the fuck up. I mean, and they just go on and they're like, it's not someone I would
Not
want in my
lioness. What about
Yeah,
backyard.
Joe
I'm
lion
might
not
be just
saying
one
that.
of
women?
the bros.
What about
posed the
lion
theory that
women?
has anybody else
Yeah, Lioness is a fucking retard who can't answer a simple question. Fucking Dr. Crypto, same shit. Like, I'm serious. Every fucking
I thought
woman.
Dr.
All
Crypto and
right,
her, I thought
Greek.
they
All
were the
right, don't
same
go,
person.
don't go too far with.
Aren't they the
has
same
anybody
person?
Just
has
calling out
anybody else
Or they
random
posed
sound
women.
the
like they smoke a pack of cigarettes a
They
day.
both sound like the same. I thought they were the same person.
Oh God, this has been funny.
Who?
Listen, I'm not
I thought
here to
Dr.
I'm not
Crypto.
here to judge anyone, like anyone's personality or the way they talk or whatever. Like, but if you can't answer a simple question like what do you want to learn about Bitcoin because you spend all day in every Bitcoin space begging for co-hosts, like that's a red flag, and people really need to learn this, including Greek. Like,
has anybody
Greek is
else
the one platforming her right now.
posed the theory that
It's true.
maybe
It's true.
is it possible
And
that
she
Well,
came
Greek
out of
is a
nowhere.
sucker
Like,
for women.
I've been thinking this whole time that
J Dog, stop it,
You
I've
said
man.
been
that
thinking
yourself.
this
They come out of nowhere and then all of a sudden
I'm the dumb
they're
Greek. What do you
never gone.
expect?
They're
does
there
my
like
mic work?
24/7. Dude, that's what's
Yeah,
weird.
we
You know
could
what
hear
I
you,
mean? It's not
PG.
gradual.
We're just talking over you, PG. Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, I've kind of low key thought this whole time that she might be a Fed.
She's not a Fed.
We could hear
No,
your
Don't you
she's
girls
girlfriend
know
a
laughing in
I'm
the
the
she's
back.
a
Fed?
She
cloud.
came out of
I'd
She's
just
a
nowhere.
hear Astrid's
puncher. She's a
girlfriend.
puncher Fed.
It's just cloud
They
chasing.
want
It's
to
just
hear you,
after
Fifi.
money and they're bored. And I mean, dude, it's like 12:30 a.m. right
Fifi.
now in this space. If you were
Fifi,
just
what
here
do you
because we're
think?
bored. Go ahead, Astrid.
Well, it's just
Yeah, we need to
what's
get the
causing you
opinions
to
from the women.
show up. What's causing you to show up to Bitcoin Twitter suddenly in like May of 2026 and be like super engaged right out the
Oh,
gate?
they're just trying to find a rich husband, dude. So it's all transactional,
Sure.
man.
That's what Fifi said.
Who's that?
What do you think Natalie came onto our space, Fifi? She's looking for a rich boyfriend. See, that's what
Yeah,
she
but she
said.
already got hit on by the Cardones. I mean, she just, the
Three Aces
option
Did
is
wanted to
you
take her
there.
out.
did you guys see that fucking post by
Three
B
Aces wanted to
Scarce
take her out.
earlier?
Three Aces.
He's
He's
like
a big time man. He's got a gold mine farm. Come on, man.
A gold mine
B
farm.
Scarce posted today. He's like, imagine having fucking big fake tits and a vagina and still being poor as fuck in this world. And I died. I'm like, holy fuck! If I had a vagina, oh my god, I'd be rich as fuck.
The Greek
Wait,
knows. The
is
Greek knows.
like Bitcoin Twitter like some kind of clubhouse thing now? Like is it like country club vibes kind of thing?
Listen, in my spaces,
I don't know
that's
about a
how it
country
works.
club.
That's
I think
how we
that's a bit
roll.
excessive for
Some of us
That's
came
how
from
we roll in
Clubhouse.
here. We have no fucking.
Jeeves, bring
There's
me
no
my cigar,
protection here.
please.
There's no protection here, man. You either fucking stand your ground or you fucking escape and leave. And that's the way I like it. I like the crash outs. I like the fucking but listen, we're talking about easy questions here. Like we're not even talking hard stuff. We're talking simple
Greek,
shit.
why do you care about Bitcoin, bro? Hit at me in 12 words or less. Pump that
Number
motherfucker.
go up, baby. Number go
Pump
up.
that
3
fucking
letters.
shit.
NGU.
Pump
You know
that
what's wild
fucking.
about that is she literally Greek. All she had to say was because I want to get rich. Like,
Yeah.
what do you care about Bitcoin? Because I want to get rich. Like, and everyone would have been like, fair enough.
Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, that's why I love Bitcoin so much because I don't want to live in my fucking dystopian fucking corporate hellhole on LinkedIn. That's why I want out. That's
You
it.
love your
But
job.
all bro, asteroid dude. You would if I told you, dude, you would fucking die laughing at the shit that I've been going through with this
By the
motherfucker.
way, Greek, I just want you to know the spaces that we had where we were talking to Portland Huddle about insurance. Remember that?
Yes, where I was saying, Rob,
Yeah.
get in here, hire me, Rob.
Yeah. So I want you to know that the idea that you came up with went straight to the top.
So they're gonna bring their own insurance on now?
No, there's thought going on. there's thinking going on. Unfortunately, the market is a bit too expensive to do, from what
Wait,
I understand, at that level.
wait, British,
Yeah,
isn't
but it
there like a
doesn't
But
have
there's
to
company
thinking
be.
that's doing
going
It
that
on.
now?
doesn't have to be that expensive. Because listen, the amount of people, if you think about how many people are investing in it, it's a fraction. It's fractions that
Hey,
they're
Greg,
going
I
to
just
charge.
want you to know, Greg, I'm just telling you that the idea from there went to the top and got
I love
responded to.
that.
Okay.
Tell them to call me. I want a job.
Wait, but British, isn't
But
there
no,
like
I
a
We
don't do
might need
one on
another
ones.
Greek. There's a few
I
people.
I don't do one on ones. But tell them it was my idea. I want a job, and I'll just work on my own time. No one on ones. And what did you say, Jungle?
We might need another co. There's some people who want to talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who wants to talk?
We got
Are they people that we
Dr.
know?
Shepherd.
Crypto. We got Lioness.
I have a question for British. Do you know the entity that is best suited to become a Bitcoin insurer? You have any idea?
The entity that
Costco.
is best suited to become a Bitcoin
Costco.
insurer. No, I'm assuming the way you're asking the question, it's going to be someone out of the box. So no, let's tell me, what do you think?
No, it's not. It's very obvious actually.
I'd say a reinsurer.
The entity to be not a reinsurer. There's a
MicroStrategy.
difference. 100%. MicroStrategy is the
Strategy?
best. Yes, strategy is the entity that is best suited. You know why? Because they have
They're
the Bitcoin.
Because they have the
So if you
Bitcoin,
are
They're
yeah.
hedged.
Yeah.
if you are mitigating against Bitcoin losses by third parties, you want to have a lot of Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but remember, none of these insurance products are paying out in Bitcoin, right? They're not returning the Bitcoin. And I don't know how I would feel about
But
owning
it hedges you
MSTR if
against a
I
price
was
runaway. If you have it in cash, like you're
100%.
gonna end up
So
losing
so if
money.
you are trying to actually insure against Bitcoin. So like,
yeah, but then you need
homeowners
Bitcoin, of
insurance.
course.
Homeowners insurance insures against homes, right? But they don't pay out in homes, they pay out in cash, right? There's a reason for that. Because the cash value of your home is seldom equal, the ACV, the actual cash value is seldom equal to the property value of your home on the free market. There's a very different structure there.
Joe, are you making headway in terms of the homeowners? Because I know you're looking at that for the cold card.
I can't comment on that.
What?
Understood.
Shepard, what are you talking about? What happened? What happened?
No, it's fair that Joe can't comment on it, but I know Joe was looking at cold card losses because cold card's
No,
property in
no,
it.
no. You replied in the
Oh,
fucking.
Natalie, I hopped in and it seemed
Oh, what
explosive, and
happened, Natalie?
I kind of got some context clues, more or less what happened. But where does Puncher fit into all this?
Well, she's buddies with Puncher and his wife.
Come
So
on, man, follow along. It's a complicated
yeah,
story.
this is what happens when you don't pay attention to the Greek space because you're in the fucking all the big famous spaces. You lose the real alpha. So
Oh,
you got to
Greek,
hang out here
Greek. Let
more.
me
At
get
Greek,
you.
once I saw the
Did I send
space
you that
open, I left
clip,
the mining
man?
space.
Did I send you that clip?
See, that's when you know that you're starting to gain ground is when
Greek.
they start
Did I send you that clip yet,
when
man?
they start groveling at your feet and saying, "Hey, I left the
Hey, I'm
space as
not
soon
Hello,
as I
groveling
saw
for
you."
nothing,
J
Greek.
Dog,
Get the fuck out of
J
here.
Dog, don't you
Don't you
even
start with me,
try,
Greek.
man. You're
Greek.
who J Dog's the first one to say who
Did
let
you get that?
Greek
Did you
up.
get that clip?
Who let
Did you get that
Greek
clip
up?
yet?
Hold on, is it in the nest?
No, I thought I sent. Did I send it to you? Hold on. I
Oh
got. I found.
no, I didn't get a DM from
I thought I
you.
sent it.
No, it's just the the
Oh
MSNBC.
yeah. Let me. Okay. Yeah. You got to watch this, dude. You're gonna be like, "Fuck, man, it's over."
Bro, you know what? I agree. Like I'm telling you, my gut is telling me that everybody's so bullish on this AI shit that it's doomed for a rug. It has to be.
I hate. I haven't seen everyone bullish now, and like everybody's bullish now. Like even people I talk to, are like, "Oh yeah, this is for real now." Ooh.
And
Ooh.
isn't it fucking what's his name?
Guys, it's gonna this
Berkshire.
AI cycle is gonna last until the PMI tops out. It's the same thing as Bitcoin. Bitcoin and AI are gonna pump together. They've got a $2 trillion fucking Anthropic IPO coming in October. Like The fact that that's coming tells you that this shit isn't over yet.
Wait, they filed?
But tell me this, British. Okay, so Bitcoin's gone through all the attacks, right? AI, on the other hand, has not gone through any controversy yet. What happens if we find out tomorrow that AI mistakenly fucking and I'm being sarcastic here, launched a missile and it hit fucking California by accident? Like, what happens in that scenario when they start getting tested? Like, I think I'm just on the short term, I'm really nervous because everybody is just so bullish on it, and even fucking Berkshire Hathaway guy said, when everybody's fucking that excited, you better be careful, right? And when everybody's
That's
dooming,
why
Berkshire.
I'm not pivoting over to AI positions right now. Like I'm making my short list of what I want to buy
for the
in the
long
next
term, yeah.
drawdown. Well, yeah, but I'm
Did
not
you just,
pivoting right now.
Greg? Did you just say Berkshire Hathaway guy?
Yeah, what's his name? Warren Buffett.
Yeah, but British, you were criticizing when I said you should buy QQQ, but I mean
Is that his
QQQ is
name,
going to do
Warren
amazing over
Buffett?
the long run. Clearly, AI is real.
Is it Jimmy
I'm just
Buffett?
bearish
Jimmy
in the short
Buffett.
term. Why wouldn't you want to own QQQ?
Listen, I'm
Me,
loving.
I wouldn't want to own QQQ at this point because I think the returns have been preloaded into QQQ. I think the way that this rally is gonna, if you wanna own AI and benefit from that for the next few quarters, just own an AI ETF. You don't need to buy QQQ. I think QQQ has been overinvested over, but for now, I think the returns of what needs to happen here is Bitcoin needs to catch up to the QQQ and the S&P returns, right? I think the rally's going to broaden out a little bit. We're going to go up. It's going to be a speculative mania. You get into the speculative stuff, and then I think you do need to pivot out at some point at the top of the liquidity cycle.
Why don't the Qs include the AI companies?
They do include the
It
Nvidia,
does, but
Mu,
it includes mostly the
SanDisk.
hyperscalers.
Yeah.
the,
Okay.
the the AI ETFs are more concentrated on the AI
Yeah.
companies, whereas QQQ is more broad. But like back to the how bullish everybody is on this shit, it makes me nervous. Like anything that makes me that fucking anything that's that bullish makes me fucking legitimately nervous. And I'm like, you know what? There's gonna be a rug coming, and even fucking oh, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, bottom line is it fucking scares the shit out of me, and I don't trust it. And long term, yes, I agree, long term, but short term, fuck that. I'm not interested. And if I miss the boat on it, fine. But I trusted my gut. My gut's telling me don't. And I just I can see it. You see it all around you, man. Like Asteroid with his MSNBC thing. I'm seeing it in spaces. I'm seeing AI Bitcoin guy and his he's got
What's
600
this
people in his
clip
room.
that Asteroid's talking about on MSNBC?
Well, they're all bullish. They're like fucking super
Yeah, I was
bullish
watching it
on
today,
AI.
PG, and like I never heard like every single one of them was like, "Oh my God, there's nothing that's going to stop this bull market now. It's a guarantee." Like they were just, I mean, everybody.
Guaranteed.
They were basically saying like,
Yeah,
there's
but like
bullishness.
on TV, like all they're ever concerned about is like short-term price action. Like
Yeah, I know that's the
that's what
point.
the talking heads on like TV and shit talk about is like what's essentially like
Yeah,
the
but like, what are
flavor
the
of the
two
week or the
But that's
month.
what
rules?
we're
The
talking about. We're
two
talking about the
guys,
next
the
year or
two
two. We're not talking
rules,
about 10
the
years.
two rules.
Yeah,
I'm a
no, I'm
new
not saying
guy,
they're
right?
talking
But
about even a year from now.
the two rules as a new person, like I'm new, and the two rules I learned so far is buy low, sell high. Okay. And when everybody's fucking bullish as fuck, like when it's just crazy bullish, beware. And when everybody's fucking boomerville, you should buy. And right
Usually when
now,
they're all bullish, we usually get a big correction. That's what I've noticed. I keep it on
yeah.
just fade the sentiment. I do the opposite.
Like if I knew how to trade, I would be shorting this shit, man. I would allocate some cash to short it. I have no idea how that works, but I would, because it's everything's pointing to fucking everybody's just too excited. Everybody's
Listen,
way
listen.
too fucking
There's
excited.
another option you guys are missing. Okay, A lot of times markets can correct in price, but they can also correct in time. And the reality is you can pile into some of these AI names. They might not have a huge correction. They might just trend sideways for 6 months to a year while other parts of undervalued assets rip. And I don't know why people always have the extremes. They always say things have to either, melt up or crash. In reality, you could just have chop, or we had chop for 3 months in the S&P. It went nowhere for 3 months. The AI names could just chop for 6 months to a year, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're correcting and selling off, but they're just bad short-term returns.
I can agree with that, Joe, but the amount of hype that's around the AI thing, like it's not. There's no. You never see hype around the S&P like that. This is next level fucking people jerking off, like circle jerking. It's crazy how bullish these people are right now, and that's what scares me. If it was like a moderate thing, I would feel better about it. And again, I'm the dumb Greek. I don't know shit, but I'm just scared shitless. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with any of it. Like nothing. Until I just want to wait. I'd rather wait and see what happens and then, DCA in or whatever I'm gonna end up doing. But just the amount of fucking people who think they've got it all figured out, it scares the fuck out of me. And the same thing with with Bitcoin and the 4-year cycle people. They think that it's going to be just that simple, where it literally on a date in October is where you're going to do it, and that scares the shit out of me because it's just never. Life is never that simple. And life has a way of fucking rugging you when you least expect it, and and rugging people who don't think outside the box. Like you've got to fucking be careful, and that's my point. Big 4-year cycle and the fucking the AI hype is what scares me right now because I feel I'm scared for the bears in the 4-year cycle, and I'm scared for the bulls in the AI right now. That's where I stand, and we'll see what happens. I mean, fuck, I've said it since February. I can't shit on that the bald guy who does the fucking the 4-year cycle stuff until it plays
What
out.
kind of
You
correction are
know,
you guys talking about here?
60%
But on what?
AI.
I mean, we just had like a pretty big sector specific correction that like wiped out like a really prominent fund in the space.
Yeah, but everybody wasn't bullish. Everyone was bearish still. You heard on TNBC, they were like, "Ooh, man, I don't know, it's DRAM, ooh, or these memory stocks. You
I
gotta stay
don't know.
away from
I'm
this."
really not giving much credence to that. Like, I guarantee you're going to flip on MSNBC and, like, with some point within the next 10 days, there's going to be a day where they're all sounding, like, real bearish on it.
Well, then I'm bullish again.
Okay.
but PG, I've never heard like for SanDisk and all those other things. I've never seen consecutive spaces for this long so bullish on one thing. Like it's so out of it's making me sick, to be honest. I'm just sick of fucking hearing it. And these people they just think they have it all figured out, and that's what scares me. I'm
They
like, you
say
know
that
what? You
about
got it all
us
figured
too,
out.
though, in those
I
spaces.
mean, I guess,
But
but, like, you could have
we
also,
don't have
like,
it all figured
you
out.
could have, this entire conversation could have been the same exact conversation about NVIDIA 3 years ago, and we'd be sitting here being like, oh my God, like, everybody's talking about NVIDIA. It went up from, like, $13 to $200.
But they
But,
were
like,
bearish in the video. A lot of them were bearish in the video, like the whole time. A lot of those guys.
exactly, but like there was no big catastrophe. There was normal, like within volatility spec corrections that like led us to where we are now, where like Nvidia is still like massively up, the sector is still massively booming, and like we're just having the same conversation about like these other names like data centers and stuff instead of Nvidia. But it's the same thing. It's the same theme. It's the same conversation. It's the same fear.
I never heard them all were bullish in the video until recently. I mean, even as even as it ran up from whatever to whatever, massive run, they weren't. They were bearish. A lot of them were bearish like the whole time.
I disagree. I've definitely heard like TV segments like singing the highest praises of Nvidia during like 2024,
Well, then actually, you're right. And
2023.
then Joe. So then Joe was right because Nvidia hasn't moved for like a year and a half or 2 years, right?
Yeah, but it hasn't suffered like a massive correction either. Like it's
Well, yeah,
just
but
been
Joe also
consolidating the
said he
massive
also said
gains
that look,
had.
it can be flat too for like a year or so. That's also an option.
Okay, but like that to me doesn't sound like something to be like scared shitless over. It just sounds like normal like compression of like a volatile space.
Perhaps, but I'm new, right? So all I have to go on is what my gut tells me to do. And since I've been in the space, my gut's always been right so far. And I hear what you're saying, PG. It sounds like, you may have a lot allocated into that, and that's great. But I'm just saying that to me and my gut tells me that something's just not right. Like something's off. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally fucking wrong. And that's great too. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I just don't want to touch it. I want nothing to do with it because you know what? I don't know anything about fucking AI. I know everything about Bitcoin. That's where I spend all my time researching is on that. I've never spent enough time researching on the AI side of things. And so I'm not comfortable. I'm just not comfortable because I haven't done my research on it. And that's all I have. All I'm going off of is what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. And it just makes me nervous. So I hope you're right. Like, I hope that, people don't get rugged. I don't want anyone to lose fucking money, but I just don't want me to lose money. So I'm not fucking touching it for now. For now, I'm gonna come back into it. Once the crash happens, then I'll go in. Once it all crashes, and I'm like, fucking the dumb Greek is right again. Then I'm gonna like totally move some shit out
PG.
of VOO
Honestly, we
into
should
that
root
shit.
we should root for a crash because space you could buy SpaceX at like $70. I read at like 20. Wouldn't that be a great good
Yeah,
thing?
I mean that's see that even that like SpaceX and Iron 2,
That would
like
be a good
all that
thing. I
shit.
would welcome
Yeah, I mean
to
I
buy that
I
shit.
have my yeah I have my fucking I have some money I can move around, like sell some VOO and move into that shit, right? But it's just not right now, and because I need to do more research because what I learned is I used to fucking jump in and buy not a lot, but just buy some like really small amounts of shit because I would hear people on spaces and I'm like, oh yeah, like Mike Alfred, he would talk about something and I'm like, oh okay, I'll buy a little bit of that and see it. But I didn't do my research on it, so I had no idea what it was or what it did. And it was the worst fucking feeling ever that you could ever put yourself through because you had no idea what the fuck you were investing in. You're just literally being a total moron by buying something because you heard some fucking guy on spaces talk about it. And I learned that. Like, that was something that was so important to me. And I sold that shit right away after, man. Once I got that bad feeling, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You don't even know what this is.
PG,
Whereas in Bitcoin, I know what that is.
PG. What do you say? We do get a huge AI correction. What would you be buying in that scenario?
I mean, it depends. Depends on the scenario. It depends on like what everything's looking like at the time, what Bitcoin's looking like when the correction
Well,
happens, how
hold,
much
hold
further
on,
it is from here,
PG. Hold on. Like,
if there's any
let's back it
fundamental
up a little
reason
bit.
behind it. Like,
But back it up a little bit. Like, what would that? What are the companies right now that
Yeah, like what do you
are
what?
the
Yeah,
top
yeah. What
contenders?
would you like to look at? I'm just asking, like generally. I get that's context dependent, but
I mean, I don't know. It really does depend. Like, it could be more data centers. It could be Amazon. I don't know. Like,
CDNs.
See, but this is my
Yeah.
point. Even
Greek.
you, PG,
Greek.
don't know.
what do you mean? I don't know. I can't simulate this
But I'm just
hypothetical like
saying, like,
correction
but
that
what
I don't
but
about
know what.
based on what I
I don't
heard,
know what's
based on
causing
your
the
answer
correction.
tells me right away that you need to do more research into this shit, so you understand like who are the front runners, who are the top companies, who have the best infrastructure, who have the best management, like who's the most bullish for the long term,
Hi.
like all these things, right? Like it's not
what about
just my
SpaceX,
maybe
PG?
Amazon.
What about SpaceX? Would you buy it at like $70?
I'd buy SpaceX at like What's the valuation at $70?
You
Would
guys
it
are
be like
funny. Greek,
600? Maybe it'd
I
be
have a
like
question.
600 billion. 600
I have a
billion.
question
Yeah, I
for the
would buy it
Greek.
around there for sure.
I'd buy some at 600 billion for
Do
sure.
you
Yeah,
But
I would
guys
buy
do
it
you guys
around
ever
I
there.
heard Gen X
pause?
has a
Do you
question.
guys ask
But
questions and you don't want any answers? Greek, how much AI have you studied?
Sorry, say it again.
How much about AI have you studied or do you use?
I not nearly close to enough. Not at all.
Right. So that explains why you don't have a lot of confidence in it.
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely. But my point was that like I see how bullish everybody like the amount of bullishness on it makes me nervous because everybody thinks it's a fucking home run. And that's what makes me nervous.
You know,
And maybe that's because I haven't done my research as well, right? Like I'm not discounting that. That could be exactly why I'm wrong. But it just for based on where I am right now, like the only thing I really trust in is Bitcoin, and that's why I'm calm in that space. But with the AI space, I'm not calm. Like data centers, AI space, all that shit. Like it's just too much information, and I need to do my research before I can
yeah, you need some
allocate any income into
yeah,
that.
you need some time, man. Somebody asked, I think it was PG, like, well, what part of AI are people worried about, you know, having a correction, whatever? And that's a really important question. I'm bullish as fuck on CDNs. And if people don't know about what is happening as far as like the internet and services, uh,
What's a CDN, bro?
it's how we're speaking right now. It's basically the people that deliver the internet between you and your ISP. They've got all kinds of services, massive infrastructure that's been built out. I think this is just me personally. I've just been in tech since 2000. I don't know shit, but the implications of the effects that AI, to just put it as a whole, I think is going to have much faster implications on society than Bitcoin will, in a good way.
I'm invested in Cloudflare and I'm buying more.
There you fucking go. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, people are going to be shocked about the growth of Cloudflare. They have no idea. It's going to fucking blow your mind.
They
The
are
growth
one of
of
the
what?
leaders, like them or not. They are one of the leaders in when it comes to the AI services that they're offering compared to Akamai. AWS is doing pretty good, but they've taken a lot of market share. And so I was at Akamai when they were in their transition from being a CDN to all the security and WAF bot management. I think this is going to be wildfire. And if I were to invest in something AI related, I would feel most comfortable in those places.
Like Cloudflare,
Yes.
I agree. I mean, the AI agents are going to be probably 1,000x what a human is on the internet, right? I mean, it's just, I agree. They're stopping your website from these Chinese
So you know it was
scrapers.
weird when I was building my new company, right? I was asking AI, okay, where do I go to get my domain? Like, how do I book my domain? And it was
Cloudflare,
telling me
man.
Cloudflare.
That's where I use mine. I build
So,
all my websites and use
so,
Cloudflare.
so what is Cloudflare? I don't even know what that fucking is, man. Like,
So
is Cloudflare is just that you can buy your website domain at Cloudflare? Like, what else do they do? That can't just be that.
so think of it as a distribution of data centers in different regions around the world. And they basically are the compute, the processing, the cybersecurity. We call it the edge. Basically, you have a distribution of computers that traverse the network to deliver traffic. And
But they're just hosting. They're hosting your website. Like, that's all they do.
they host all kinds of shit. Yeah. They're the rails behind much of what we use today. I mean,
So are they the rails that other like domain companies use, and they just like they're just a reseller of their rails?
not exact, kind of. I
Because
don't
you
want
know
to
how you
nerd
can
out
get
on
a
this
you can get a
understanding.
domain from a bunch of different companies, but do they all go to Cloudflare at the end, and they basically pay Cloudflare for the space, and then they just resell it?
So I don't want to fucking nerd out, man. If you guys don't want to do this right now, but I will.
if you want
Well, it's fucking 1 in the morning, man. Who gives a shit?
it. All right, super quick. So this thing called the internet is a series of networks on what traverses through what's called BGP, or Border Gateway Protocol. So think of it as just like train track rails, and you've got companies that offer basically network negotiations on how they move traffic through these rails. The CDNs, content delivery networks as we knew them, started to get really popular because the cost for me to house a server, DNS servers, web servers, because I'm hosting x.com, costs a lot of money. And there's also that ability to offload that responsibility of keeping up cybersecurity, all this bullshit, to somebody else. So over time, you've seen this popularity come from the CDNs because they're building things that I'm really priced out of having to compete. And it also takes a lot of shit off my shoulders. So these companies like Cloudflare, Akamai, AWS, they basically have server infrastructure around the world, minus the firewall in China, at least that we're supposed to know, that move traffic. That's it, man. Sometimes it's
So are
storage,
those
sometimes
like
it's
big
just held in
warehouses
memory.
just so are those just big warehouses full of fucking CPUs that are
Yeah,
just storing our shit?
yeah.
So
They're,
what's the difference between that and a fucking Bitcoin mining? Can they not pivot into Bitcoin mining since they have all the servers there and just flick a switch and have all those servers now Bitcoin mine in the background?
yeah, you can have some, but mining for Bitcoin is different than having a server infrastructure for different things.
Okay, but what about that versus data centers though? Like what's the difference between these data centers? This is where I'm confused. There's Bitcoin mining, there's data centers, then there's these fucking website uh things that are happening, AWS, what you just talked about,
Yeah, yeah.
Cloudflare. How do they all combine into one? Like,
The
can I not
the
combine them
the
all to
the
do the
the
same
common
thing?
denominator there, Greek, isn't so much like the computers or processing themselves, but rather the common denominator of the things you mentioned is like all those things require facilities with temperature regulation, power, energy contracts.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'm saying, how do I combine those three services into one fucking barn?
They're different purposes. They're built for different purposes.
yeah, why do you want to do that?
Well, because now I can do three different things in the same barn using the same machines. If I just have stronger machines, I can say, okay, you're gonna fucking host websites, you're gonna Bitcoin mine, and you're gonna do a data center stuff.
Yeah. So the infrastructure that people use for, let's say, mining period is a different type of, it's an ASIC. It's a purpose built machine where if you're just hosting and moving traffic around, you're oftentimes not even holding things on disk. You're just holding them in RAM for security reasons. So it's different purposes for different types of hardware.
Yeah, I think Greek, you're maybe just conflating it with like you've heard about this story of Bitcoin miners having pivoted to being AI data centers, and it's not so much that they're like, oh, we've got these computers that like we're not using all the time, we could use them for other stuff. It's more like these people are like, oh, we've got all this infrastructure and power connectivity and gigawatts of energy contracts and racks and cooling and shit, and mining bitcoin's gotten a bit more expensive, and AI is like this booming like mega trend on our horizon, so like let's take all the like facilities we have and allocate
And
them
scale it,
towards like
yeah.
the faster horse, like as from an infrastructure point of view.
Right.
And they
See,
also
I don't
understand
know.
the 4-year cycle that their revenue is going to get cut in half in like 2 years from now.
Yeah, they have
The,
energy
the, the only
contracts
thing I'm the
and
only thing I'm
work out.
thinking is because I don't know the I don't know the foundations of all these businesses. I'm just thinking like how can if I did, how would they be able to scale that to maximize profits and consolidate into one location versus having all these fucking different locations.
No,
Like, is that even a possibility? I don't even
that's
know.
what we had to get away from. The concern was if you had infrastructure in one place, like we literally put data centers next to fucking Wall Street because sub-millisecond was really important when it came to trading. And if you have an area, we call it an AZ, availability zone, if let's say the West Coast goes down of power or data centers for some reason, we immediately can move traffic to come out of the East Coast, come out of fucking Australia. Like, you need this shit distributed.
Yeah, it's also just there's multiple reasons why you do want a whole network and a portfolio of, if you're like a data center company or you're a hyperscaler or something, like you want different options in different areas. You can do private contracts with different people local to that area, but then also like not only are you seeing like Gen X mentioned, like it'll be a data center next to Wall Street, they also will just go to power plants. And these data center companies will just go to a power plant and just set up shop at the power plant and just be like, hey, we're actually just going to build a building right next to this power plant. And that way we're not really running any sort of risk of dealing with the grid, or they can
Right.
just bypass a lot of bullshit by doing that.
So that brings up another question that I have, because with energy, like, let's talk energy here, right? Everything's about energy. We're talking about how Bitcoin's energy, all this shit's energy. So the cleanest energy is nuclear energy. Like, why isn't anyone bullish on nuclear? Like, what am I missing there? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, but I'd like to thank you for not pronouncing nuclear. Thank you.
I think
I'm
people
Greek,
are
bro.
Greek. They're talking about Oklo a lot lately.
I mean, I'd like to hear more about that because I'm kind of bullish on that shit. Because it's like,
people are. It's just it's a
energy.
heavily regulated space, I think, is one of the biggest headwinds.
Yeah, it takes too long to build
So
up a center, like a nuclear power plant.
right, but isn't that where we're headed?
Yeah, but
Into
maybe
more of
we'll get more
those?
bullish in 10 years when we get closer to one being actually, functional.
Well, like, that's what I'm thinking. Get in early, so in 10 years you're rich, right? Because we're early on it.
Canada's doing it.
So I mean,
There's
and
a,
Cloudflare, like,
there's a
Aren't there a
I
lot
don't
lot
of
of
understand
regulations on
Cloudflare.
nuclear though? Like you have to go through a ton of approvals to the government in order to even run the business.
Yeah, and there's a huge stigma, Chernobyl,
Right.
Yeah.
Shima. Like, it was interesting. There's if you guys get into like small modular reactors, like they don't actually need water as a cooling source. There's a lot about that industry that I think is misunderstood by people, unless you're in it.
Like, how far are we away from where I can have my own little nuclear reactor here in my backyard, fucking powering up everything?
I mean, you're closer to having a Bitcoin miner in your backyard.
Yeah, you got to hook up a flux capacitor to your car and put your garbage.
So yeah, I mean, this shit's all interesting. Like, I don't know, like Cloudflare. Like I said, I was
So
looking for
Greek,
domains, and
let me
Cloudflare came up. I'm like, what the fuck is Cloudflare? I heard Asteroids talk about it, and I'm like, that all they do is fucking host websites. Like, that sounds kind of bullshit to me.
no.
But obviously, they're doing a bunch of other shit that I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, you're talking through them right now, and some other ones. And
Right.
it's not uncommon, like a company like X or financial services, any large company, they use several of them as fallbacks. So let's say that I'm using Cloudflare for my infrastructure for X. We're speaking through it. If there's some issues or region outage, we'll flip over to some other carrier or some other zone. And then there's fallbacks all the way down to, look, if all these CDNs fail, the big places still have internal on-site infrastructure that they could still keep delivering traffic and services out of. But the reason I brought this up, Greek, was I understand your sentiment about, like, I don't know shit about this, so why would I invest in it? And that's wise. But because you were talking about like spinning up a business and how you were using AI to do some of this stuff. I don't want to bore people now, but I'll give you a couple of tips. Just using Claude, some features beyond just asking it questions organizationally that I think can really help you if you're interested.
Bro, I'm interested. Fire away.
I don't want to take it up on this space, but
Now
there's
you
some.
can, bro. I wanna hear
I,
too.
I wanted to address the idea of what companies could do for the data centers. They could each pick like a different ethical aspect of it. Like one could do heating from being underground, and they could play around with that so that way people can differentiate between which company's doing what and why.
What happened?
I don't know, but let's go back to what Gen X was about to say.
Yeah, so he was saying that he was gonna, I guess we'll talk in the DMs, but yeah, like I went and I asked AI to create me a logo. Like I basically fed it. This is what my company. This is what I
Yeah,
want
that's
to portray,
That's interesting,
and
man.
we.
Look, what I'm saying to you is that I think if you spent a little bit more time and went a little bit deeper and seeing that, like how it benefited you, other than just like, you know, putting an input and getting a response back, there's some other things that are not difficult. I think might change your perspective on why so many people are bullish on AI and certain aspects of it. Not that there won't be, I'm
Right.
sure there will be, but overall, dude, we're not fucking slowing down. Sorry.
So you weren't here when I said this, Gen X, but my thought was, how Bitcoin has gone through all these hits, right? The cold card thing, the fucking all the FUD shit, and we've gone through this crazy shit that Bitcoin's still holding its price. But what happens when AI goes through that? Like, what happens when we find out, oh, AI fucking made its own decision to launch a fucking nuclear, whatever, a fucking weapon, or it decided to do something that caused destruction and killed some people, and then the fucking sentiment tanks and the stocks all fucking crash. I mean, that can still happen.
Yeah,
We don't know
I,
what AI could just fucking do something stupid one day that we're waiting for. It's gonna happen. Don't you guys think that might happen?
anything's possible, man. But I'll tell you, there's defense companies. You look at Anduril, there's air gapped, like closed network operations that a lot, especially defense contract. This is an arms race, and you got to fight fire with fire. There's no like, hey, let's try and defend in the analog world. That shit doesn't. It's not going to work, man. There's a lot going on, and sure that could happen, but I think that there's a lot.
But even financially, Gen X, like think about it from a financial perspective. Like financial companies who are using AI now, right? They're using AI to maximize their whatever the fuck they're using it for, and then all of a sudden it fucking fucks up, and they lose billions of dollars in a day because AI fucks something up. Like, forget about war. Think about financially.
Yeah, things can happen. There are a lot of regulations though about how things are implemented. Some will get caught. Some people there'll be mistakes, sure, but from what I've seen, and I've actually worked in the networking side for financial services, they got so many fallbacks, man. I wouldn't be really worried about that.
Hey, Greek, for example, top priority for Canadian defense is AI right now.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
bring
I
it.
I can tell you one thing that I'm getting help with is identifying the hacking that went on with my accounts, and the root cause was my password manager being hacked, which then led to other services having, I can't remember the term for it, but it's something like an activation chain of login issues.
You said your password manager was hacked?
Yeah,
Who'd you use?
Is it one password?
Dashlane. No. Uh, I
What
don't
was
know
it?
how that got hacked. It just, I couldn't log into it on my computer without having to constantly put in my like extra keys.
What did you lose?
What company was that?
It was Dashlane.
Oh,
But
Dashlane.
my brother was fine. It was just mine.
Dashley's a sketchy company, bro.
So Greek, you bullish yet?
Hey, Greek, let's have a space tomorrow. We'll discuss the best way to short the AI bubble. How about that? Will that make you feel better?
Uh-oh, rug warning.
Yeah, he's having connection issues.
Yeah.
Brace yourselves.
He wants Gen X. He wants to go short, man. It'll make him
Dude,
feel better.
he
He
should
wants to
have
go,
fucking gotten this shit on Cloudflare, man. I'm telling him.
he wants to go big short.
All right, this is gonna rug. See you guys.
Big, juicy short.
Any minute now.
Watch it just not rug.
I just put this shit on Cloudflare, so we're good.
I mean, I can also tell you that I deleted WhatsApp because it's hacked.
Yeah, WhatsApp sucks, right?
I love
Like
WhatsApp. What do you mean?
in my car, if someone was texting me on WhatsApp, it would kick my YouTube music off.
What are people's thoughts on password managers generally?
I mean, it depends.